Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Themis and Thoughts. Grab your coffee, water, tea, whatever you're drinking, go and get that. For all the people who were at the boba store that I met just now, hey, girl, hey, for all three of you, it was nice seeing you all. Appreciate that. If y'all were getting boba tea, I would have gotten it for you, but y'all weren't going into the store. So, um, hey, DJ, hey, Keela, how are you?
Hello. Happy Friday, everyone. I'm good. I'm alive. So there's that.
Oh,
You sounded disappointed to be alive.
Oh, isn't that
You were
interesting?
like,
No.
I'm alive, so there's
No.
that.
So we're just here. We're just here living.
Period. Um, I'm good. I'm very good. Work was stressful today again. Um, I was telling Themis about it, how stressful work was the other day, and basically that exact scenario happened again today. So it
mm.
was very, very stressful. But other than that, we're here.
the the jealous community is up because they're out dragging Tiana Taylor for no reason. So jealous community, you're terrible people are up. And yes, you will always catch stray from me. I talked to a bunch of people. My pastor said that the spirit of jealousy is demonic, and my therapist said jealousy is while it might be an emotion, it's not something anyone should fight to be able to stay in. They've never really heard that. And I told her, you have not met these people online, um, where victimhood becomes a state of mind. So, ain't nobody professionally who dealt with this is in agreement with the degeneracy. And one last thing, the third and final thing is for the people who are like, oh, I am going to leave this community because my emotions aren't validated. Um, Sucks to suck for you, girl. Ain't nobody care nothing about none of that. I do not care. I genuinely, I do care about the community. I do not care if you want to leave because you believe that I should be okay with you wanting to stew in jealousy. And yes, I will drive it into the ground. But that's my opening. Any thoughts before we get into it?
Mm, no, the jealous community going they can they gonna be jealous, and I guess we all just gonna have to look out for them. And when you see them coming, you gonna have to cut them hoes off. Like that's it. There's nothing more that can be done.
The girls are fighting to be okay, staying jealous, girl. Imagine. Oh, one last thing, and then we'll move on. Isn't it weird though to be friends with someone who is very ambitious while you're jealous? Like that feels like a psychological harm to yourself. Why would you choose to be friends with people?
Maybe at the beginning they thought that that person was gonna like push them, or maybe because they didn't have it, it seemed lovely in somebody else at the beginning. Maybe if I'm being extremely generous to them.
Yeah. Um, Girl, ain't nobody playing nothing with EJ. EJ, you know what? I ain't gonna do it. Let's get
I will. Let me say something. Let me say something.
it.
I feel like a lot of people like to come out, and I feel like they like to get Black women really riled up and push engagement to whatever they got going on. And I feel like it's too easy to get Black women excited and upset. And they typically say things like, oh, I'm the blueprint, or I started all this, or I'm the original woman. They say all kinds of stuff. And then we run over there like, oh my gosh, how could he say that? No, just like stop. He ain't talking about taking my niggas. He talking about taking theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't talking about y'all. He say he look better than addressing them, not us. Y'all stop worrying about them. They
Yeah.
get y'all riled up. You run over there, you give them all this engagement, and it just seems so like. For me, I heard it, and then I was immediately like, "Oh, this means that." Like, a lot of people do it so often to Black women that now when I hear it, I'm like, oh, this is like, this is, you know what I mean? They trying to get you over there. They want Black women to come over there. They want y'all attention. They want y'all to comment. They want y'all to drop the TikToks. They want y'all to push engagement. They do it all the time. It's like every 3 to 6 months they do some stuff like this.
Yeah,
I'm a real woman. I'm this, I'm that, to get you upset. Like, some of y'all gonna hate watch these people into relevancy. Y'all keep doing it.
So yeah, I actually fully co-sign. Nothing to add. Actually underscoring. EJ said he looks better than every woman in a skirt. I feel like after you hear that, you should just laugh and skip.
You shouldn't take it seriously. Yeah, like at that part, like me and Drake laughed at that. You know what I mean? Like,
ain't nobody got time for that foolishness.
Right? Because at the end of the day, honey, y'all gotta have more confidence in yourself. He wasn't talking about me. You know what I mean? So
ain't nobody got a size 30. Never mind.
Right, exactly.
Anna Wynn has been a member for 3 months. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Again, I'm not telling anyone how to feel. You feel how you want to feel. I just know that EJ could never shake me. EJ could.
Yeah, like that. He should have dropped that interview. It should have got no views. It shouldn't have went anywhere. It should have just faded off. Like, it should have came up and then just faded away.
Yeah, absolutely not. And for the people defending EJ, go hang it up. Hang it up. Ain't nobody got time to be defending an EJ girl. That man was out of pocket, and he gonna stay out of pocket because ain't nobody care. All right. Thank you all for being here. We have a lot to get into with this Manosphere documentary. We have a lot to talk about. I've tried desperately to not talk to DJ or Kilo, text them or anything about this. I think I heard a little bit about what Kilo believe, and I heard some of what I cut DJ off a little bit today, but I think I kind of get where she's coming from now, which is annoying to me because I think I have a very different opinion. So we'll get into it, and we'll see. All right, grab your coffee, water, tea, whatever you're drinking, go and get that, and let's get into the mess. Okay, so we're not going to go through this dusty PowerPoint that I created because I couldn't get my thoughts in line the way that I wanted. But as a quick introduction, there is an Inside the Manosphere by Louis Theroux on Netflix. Louis is known in the UK for deep dive documentaries where he goes into these fringe communities and provide us content to watch. He's well known in the UK and in the documentary space. I don't know nothing about this man, don't care nothing about this man. And the way that I engage with this documentary is very different, I think, than most people who fully respect his work. So I wanted to say that up front before we go to you guys' initial thoughts.
I'll let DJ go first.
I was not familiar with Louis prior to this point. I don't have much of an opinion about him now, not necessarily like him as a person, but more so what he represents, which I will admit I thoroughly enjoyed. I'll try to be brief, but basically the way that he interacted with these men is only the way that an older cis white man could treat them. Like, I don't know if he's old money, but I can tell that he's at least like very well financially established. I can tell that he's financially established, and they tried at times to rattle him, like using their machismo, and it didn't work. So it was very nice to see that it didn't work, though I didn't have much of an opinion on like him as a documentarian, although I did enjoy the documentary, and I have recommended it specifically to parents so that they're aware of the type of content that little boys are watching. And so whether they have sons or they have daughters, they have to be aware of it so that they can better combat it. But that was at least that's an overview of what I thought about Louis.
I thought the first half of the documentary was, I'm not going to use lazy as a bit mean. It just felt very, I don't feel like he really the documentary didn't feel very well organized to me. I felt it would have been easier if he would have dived into what the Manosphere is in more detail, like its origins, how this started, and maybe because it's such a huge subject, it spans over years. There's so many influencers involved. Now politics are involved. Maybe it was just too much, and they just wanted to focus on like a few small creators. Like, I'm not sure, but I feel like kind of like that UK Manospherian thing we watched, it feels like it was very surface level and they didn't really get into much. They didn't define it. They didn't explain anything. So you could really know what it was if you've never been introduced to the Manosphere before. So I feel like they could have did a lot better with that. I did enjoy the second half a lot more because I didn't care nothing about them influencers. We already seen them a dime a dozen. They're all just like repeating each other. They're all like copy paste of each other. I really wanted to hear from their spouses, and I think and HS's mom. So that was the part where I was a little bit more entertained. Overall, I thought it was okay. It kept me entertained enough to finish it. So I thought it was fine. It was fine. All right, you're muted, I think.
Sorry, I was trying to. Did you like the doc? I'm trying to do a poll. I did not like it. I thought I did until I went back to take notes and really go through what I was going to talk about. I did not like it for multiple reasons. The first is that it felt like there was no voice. Kind of what you were saying, Kilo, where our DJ, who said felt a bit unorganized?
Kilo.
Yeah.
All right. It was underwhelming, and it almost felt like he was parading freak shows. And that was it. Like, look at what these idiots are doing. Ha ha ha. Right? Without the ha part. Part of that comes from my perspective, the fact that we define the Manosphere very loosely. He defines the Manosphere loosely. Actually, let's go to the issues with the thing first. He defines, from my perspective, the Manosphere loosely, like men hating women and teaching men how to be buff or whatever, right? That lack of depth, that lack of nuance, that lack of engagement with where the Manosphere came from, these vlogs and blogs about men's rights, and how that morphed into this kind of very specifically capitalistic thing on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Rumble and all of that. It felt like, obviously it's inside the Manosphere, it felt like we were watching a very upscale vlog. Right? Like, it didn't really do anything in terms of framing our voice, which might be his style. It just felt like we were watching someone vlogging their life and commentary in between. There were good things there, but that's what I felt like. But also, as someone who's been covering the Manosphere for like over 2 years, I didn't get anything new. And that for me was like some of those were like my initial thought. The lack of women voices is an issue, but it's not a big issue because I think I wanted to understand from the men what it is that they're doing. And we did get some of that, which is nothing. I wish we had talked more about the impact on women and young boys more generally. I don't know if he was supposed to do that, but whatever. And it wasn't a hit piece at all. Again, it felt like a vlog, and it's missing the purpose. Like, I don't know why I was watching it at the end. Again, lack of framing, and I said already, like, it's a vlog. So those are my initial issues with the documentary. Yeah.
To that, I say, oh, I'm sorry, I hear my echo.
You do?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Try
wait,
it.
I think, yeah, no, it's good. It's gone now. I hear you too, and I completely agree. Like, I actually don't have any notes. Part of me I think what you said last, Themis, was so key, which is that as somebody who is already familiar with the Manosphere, didn't feel new, I can't help but feel like we might not have been the audience. Because as much as I do agree with the things that you said that were missing, they did feel like they were missing. But again, I can't help but feel like, because I agree that this wasn't a hit piece, nor do I agree that this was as in-depth as a typical documentary happens to be. I feel like this was just supposed to be an expose. Like this is okay, let me add some color so you can kind of understand what's going on here. But like, watch these guys that are making numbers, watch these guys that are influencing, right? Like successfully influencing and getting through to men across the age spectrum, right? And you could see for yourself just how ridiculous this is without the documentarian having to be that voice to tell you just how ridiculous it all is. So,
but what end? Sorry, to what end?
Like, I mean, that's a good question. And I'm definitely not the person to answer. All I could do is speculate. But I do feel like it's just supposed to be a look at these men. Like, that's all I got from it. And I think that's why I enjoyed it, because I wasn't going into it expecting and I said this in the chat too, I'm not much of a documentary watcher typically. That is something that I want to do a better job of because I do see their value. So I feel like it probably would have rubbed me the wrong way if I was somebody who regularly watched documentaries, but since I watch them from here to there, I don't have much of a standard. And for me, it's like, okay, what am I getting from it? Which again, I've been aware of the Manosphere for years as well. So I didn't learn anything new. I will say Harrison Sullivan, never heard of this man or saw this man a day in my life, ever, right? Never. So, which was weird.
Yeah, I think it was just to give the general public like a little taste tester to what's out here. Don't overwhelm them too much. Don't give them too much information. Don't send them down too many rabbit holes. You know, maybe that's. I'm trying to be generous with what they could possibly have been doing with this documentary.
Okay, so what is the Manosphere? Based on the documentary, after watching it, what is the Manosphere from the documentary?
That's a good question. Let me think without trying to add in stuff from prior to that point, right? I'd say the Manosphere was created by a bunch of men who are profiting off of giving men what they believe to be, or what we're expected to believe, they believe to be valid advice to improve themselves and get what it is that they want out of life. But the messaging they're sending towards men, the way they're portraying themselves, like this is all an act. And my reaction, if again, I'm familiar with this, so it's I'm struggling in this moment, but I would just get from this that here are a bunch of men making money off of boys and men, teaching them the wrong things. And we're seeing them as Louis is asking them questions. We're seeing all of the BS manifest, right? Like the mask is slipping. They're not able to like dominate the conversation the way they typically do. They're not able to make sense of what they're doing because what they're doing is nonsensical. So that's what I say.
I would say it was about it's just like a network of mostly only male online influencers and communities who I guess would focus on teaching these boys and men masculinity as they understand it. I think that's as much as I can give.
So if we bottom line talk about it as a way for men to teach boys or other men how to be masculine or to reclaim some kind of masculinity, I do actually think we undermine the fact that this is a political machine bent on shaping outcomes in societies about election and general engagement. Yes, it is about masculinity in some front, but the origin tells us that this is a political movement that is moving very conservative.
I agree.
We'll get to race. We'll get to race in a minute and why moving conservative exclude pretty much 3 other men you see on the screen in front of us, right?
Yeah.
And so
most of these men would not be up there if the real, if what they wanted to happen, they wouldn't be included.
Right. And so the lack of definition of the manosphere in the documentary is a problem for me as it undermines the documentary itself from my perspective. The biggest names aren't necessarily the core of what the manosphere is. And if you cannot get Andrew Tate is someone he wanted to follow, but Andrew Tate wanted to be paid, and he was not about to pay Andrew Tate to be in the documentary. But following a couple people in the manosphere without explaining the whys and where it comes from and the impact, there is a lot left out. And it just feels like, again, we saw some freak shows being broadcast to make fun of. And a common theme we learned is about the system and the fact that the Matrix, that hand symbol, the idiot hand symbol they've been doing,
So silly
how
stuff.
that, but how the Matrix is failing men, right?
Mhm.
And I don't actually disagree with that sentiment. I do actually think society has failed men, but it also failed everyone in it, including women and children, right? And so it in the discussion about the manosphere, there is a problem that the manosphere seeks to address that is in fact a real problem due to modernity, capitalism, whatever you want to call it. There is a real problem. How do you solve for that problem? Instead of saying these are the idiots, these are the circus freaks that we're going to show and laugh at and talk about how dumb they are, but also how they're impacting the youth. How about also having a real conversation about the thing that they are talking about and grapple with that in the documentary? And so, like, it felt like this wasn't a passion project. It felt like a money grab by the doc. This is so bad, and I'm making a statement that I don't feel comfortable making, but I'm going to do it anyway. It felt like it was done quickly to push out because of the cultural climate we find ourselves in, and that it would be sensational. It would be sensationalized. That's how I felt about it.
Well, let me ask you this. If you were to put yourself in the position of somebody who was not familiar with the manosphere, would you need it to be broken down for you how this impacts women and girls? Like, do you think you would need that? I know where we could use that. It's beneficial, but do you think you would need him to put into words how
Yes.
this impacts?
Yes, I would need, I think you can explain what the manosphere is and what he provided to us in less than 10 minutes.
So you think it's necessary even if it's minimal?
Yeah, what he did in the documentary was necessary. Like, follow some of the idiots and show them being idiots, and the fact that they don't. When we get to the individuals, which I guess we could do in a minute, we can break down the parts that I think are good. I'm just saying from like a bird's eye view, and I was entertained, but being entertained does not a good documentary make. You know what I mean? So like, while I enjoyed, and I think I'm with Kilo on this, like the first half, I'm like, girl, I'm over this. The second half, I'm like, oh, period. The women are talking. And one of the things that was captured beautifully as we go through this is the women in these men's life are miserable. Even if these women don't know they're miserable, the camera does not lie. It captures the microseconds, the fidgets, we are not going to get married, and you see her become uncomfortable. You see Myron's
literally every inch, every movement, every twitch of the eyebrow, like.
Yeah, so in the capturing of these women in their lives, we get a moment of truth about what it means to be with these people.
Agreed. Yeah, the facade we see in real time, the facade be just like crumble before your very eyes, right? You see the facade that the men try to put on. You see how the women, who you can call them whatever you want, male identified, or maybe they're in on it, whoever, whatever, right? But you know that nobody's being truthful. Nobody's being honest. Everybody knows they're being ridiculous. And it's like the more questions you ask, the more clear that becomes. And so I think that's why, and I'm really glad that you brought that up, because again, I'm not pushing back against your critiques. Like I completely understand. No, I don't care to. I don't care to, because I just don't think he intended on putting out something that well thought out. Like I wouldn't jump to say that this was a money grab necessarily. I mean, I saw somebody in the comments say that they're familiar with this work and this is kind of what he does. Again, I've never seen his documentaries before, so I cannot speak to that, right? But if he does have this technique where it's just showing you and letting you do the filling in and the drawing of conclusions and stuff like that, I could agree that that might be lazy compared to how much effort another documentarian may put in. I can agree with that, right? But I could also see the value in this, especially, I guess, just as somebody who is already familiar with the Manosphere. And I feel like this could be, I mean, like I said, I've already recommended it to parents, right? In my own personal life, because I think that in an hour and a half, you see the type of content that is being pushed right now, and you see the type of content that is making numbers, and you get to decide for yourself what you do with that information. Yeah. And so I'm fine with it. That's where I'm at.
And so here's a good thing. And I agree. I like the way you framed your response, because I don't disagree with you. And I think if you don't know anything about the Manosphere, this could be a great learning experience for you. I hope
a good first step. Yeah.
My issue with that is that it could have been done in a shorter time, and the rest of the documentary could have extend further, but maybe it wouldn't have done what it needed to do. Who knows? I'm not a documentarian.
Themis said, I could have did better. He said, give me the opportunity. I could have ate that, actually.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. I believe I could have. Give me the equipment and the money.
I'm laughing, but I mean it. Yes.
So, but one thing that was highlighted in following these people and like being awkward, because Louis seems very awkward. He'll ask a question and then no follow up, and then they'll become really uncomfortable and sort of over explain themselves, which highlight that there is a gaping insecurity in all of them. It is frustrating to watch, because my ability to drag is predicated on not seeing the humanity in someone else, and that deep sense of insecurity under all of the vulgarity of all of the hate, of all of the degeneracy being spewed, makes it very difficult to just drag from my perspective. And it's really frustrating, particularly with HS. Particular with TikkyTokky, this one right here.
Now listen, when they said his name, the name he thought of was, I was like, he's so creative. That is so creative. He ate that name down.
So let's just call him HS. I can't say TikkyTokky. That's
so here, one of the things that was highlighted beautifully from my perspective is the kind of parasitic nature of the content creators, these Dusties you see on the screen, and their audience. And I think one of the things that I've always thought about is how these men create degenerate men to harm women, right? Yeah. And women becomes the kind of central focus of all my content. What I very rarely cared about was just how deeply insidious, how parasitic the nature of their relationship is to their audience, to these men, right? And take HS, for example. Not only is he creating drama and being as vulgar and obnoxious as possible to get eyes on him, he's doing that to then sell them a course, right? Some kind of course, right? But he's also promoting OnlyFans, which he hates, because he has a stake. He's like a modern day pimp. Like, he has a stake in OnlyFans making money, and he gets a cut of these OnlyFans creators' money, right?
And he participates apparently in the OnlyFans videos. Like, he actually does the content with them.
Right. And so he's like double, triple dipping in these men's pocket. And so part of the part of this that's like concerning to me, like all of it is women being harmed by degenerate men being created by the manosphere, right? Or the manosphere being emblematic of what people always believe. That is the truth, and that's there. But on a smaller scale, these men hate the audience. They despise the audience, and they're extracting what the Louis put money in HS's investment group, 500, and by that time the documentary done, a couple months later, it was all gone.
Yeah, the money was gone.
And he made his money off of Louis investment. They do not care about these men. They're like extracting. And I mean, the people on the screen right now, none of them care about the men that follow them. And they're taking from them in ways that I find it so abhorrent, and it also makes me sad because it seems like there are people willing to pay these men, not just to dunk on women, but some dusty sense of growth is there, right? And I will get to a degenerate in a minute, and I call them dumb and dumber because them two Latinas down in
Oh, I have a lot to say about them too, but I will say that. The part about HS that I will highlight. Hold on, let me get my dog. She's trying to protect you. Ain't no not there. Was where when he compared him to Bonnie Blue. That sent me.
Yeah.
That little scene there where he's like, "Oh well, you're just like Bonnie Blue. You figure whatever you're doing in this life, it doesn't really matter because your future kids are going to be set for life. Like it's fine. You just like her." That disgusted him to be compared to Bonnie Blue. She's disgusted. She's this. She's that. And it's like. Well, y'all are the same. No. She's this. No, y'all are the same. You're doing exactly what she does. Like it's funny to me, but also just to cut away from that too, it's just like the incel world in which these men are ensuring that you do not have success with women at all. It is a setup. In my mind, the way that they are training you, the way that they are setting you up, the way that they are sending you out into the world, the way that they're making you feel emotionally and mentally, the way that they're shaping your minds, these men will be unsuccessful with women. And when they go out into the world, they're unsuccessful when they use these principles. And then they don't get the response from the women that they were told that they were supposed to get, right? And then it reinforces that toxic masculinity, a bunch of misogyny that they already had or that they were breeding within that group. And so it's just like a cycle. And these men will stay lonely. They will stay lonely, stay giving up their money, stay in the same group, stay doing the same thing what they want to do. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And it's sad. The only part that saddens me is that first base entry level of all these young kids who are like, depressed, sad, no fathers in the home. They're seeking some type of guidance, seeking some type of advice, and then they get scooped up into this whole situation. But after that, that's kind of where my care goes away.
Yeah. Wait, DJ, were you?
No, I was just, I just wanted to add on to that because I did find HS particularly disgusting, just how I'm willing to, because I'm comparing him to Justin Waller in this moment. And I know that Justin is easily 10, if not 15 years older than him. HS is 23-year-old. That's a crazy looking 23, but period. And like how unapologetically hypocritical he was being when it came to like him being quote unquote against OnlyFans, but still being willing to like profit off of it very directly, still being willing to use his platform to market, like not market, but like, expose different OnlyFans models to his following and stuff like that. Like he's so willing to make money off of the very thing that disgusts him.
And he's a liar. Let's put that out there. He just lied when there's 13, 14, and 15-year-olds that mainly watch your content. No, there's not.
Right.
So on DJ's point, this is so hip hop coded. And I apologize. The braggadocious way is one thing, but the hypocrisy in the making of money, right, and the not caring of how money is made, it's emblematic of a kind of hustle culture, right? It's money by any means necessary. Yeah. I don't care what I have to do so long as I'm making money. And it diminishes our capacity for moral calculations, right? Like if we need to make as much money as we can and hoard as much wealth as we can, very rarely do we think about sort of how this money is being made and the impact we are having on people and society as we make this money.
I mean, he outright said, I can't be moral if I want to make money. I don't need to do that. Because remember, he said, well, couldn't you just be a good person?
Yeah. And so yes. And it's like in their mind, it's a dog eat dog world, right?
Yeah.
This kind of philosophy, y'all gonna be mad. I don't think it's their fault necessarily, right? If we think about the tax cut, the new administration, the wealthy getting richer, like what we know is that there is a kind of mentality when it comes to wealth where it's either you are good or you're rich. You generally aren't good and rich. And so this is playing out some of the American ethos. I know HS is not American, but it's playing out some of the American ethos. HS didn't go to college or didn't finish. A lot of these people don't have education. When we get to Dumb and Dumber, we'll see how sort of underdeveloped their thinking faculties are. A lot of these people are overly invested in a system to make money that is something that requires them to replicate what other people have been doing without much thinking. So it's we hate women, women are the problem, whatever the slogan is, they just have to regurgitate it to make money. And they're willing to work hard because HS is working hard. Like, they're going on the street, they're streaming, like this is work, but it's work that does not require the kind of thinking that a lawyer, a doctor, whatever does. And there's not a lot of options for people to make money in a system that is going to reward this kind of behavior as opposed to a teacher. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to drive a Bugatti as a teacher. Yeah.
And I do. And these people don't lie. And honestly, when I was watching him work, and it was like, oh, he can make $300 an hour if he constantly streams, and he's constantly thinking of ideas, and he's constantly going places, and he's constantly situated. He's constantly he's disciplined in a way.
Yeah.
That. I mean, I guess you have to because you have to keep up. You know,
the humanity. I think I might have put this somewhere in the PowerPoint, but the humanity feels like separate from the individual. There's a time where HS is in the house and they're recording, and he just starts like automatically talking to the camera. And Louis is like, "Why are you talking to the camera? I'm right here," right? And it's the instinctive prioritizing of the camera over the individual. Like this is like the kind of I don't want to say antisocial behavior. It's this kind of automatic behavior when a camera is around because you're always thinking of content. You're always thinking of the camera. You're always thinking of doing something to make money and the internet and your subscriber. Like HS seems like he's incapable of like actual thought outside of what the comment section is saying while he's live.
He goes he goes automatic, like it's like built into his like mental now. Like whatever his system is when he walks out of his house, when he wakes up, it's like built in to like, oh, I'm on cue.
It's a switch. It's a switch. And he doesn't turn it off so long as the camera is rolling. One thing I will say that he said that I didn't find him particularly profound, but I thought the concept profound and I had to sit with it a little bit. When Louis went to see him the second time, I believe, and I'm paraphrasing here, but like Louis used the example, like, because I think he used to be a trainer or is a trainer, or maybe he was just saying that for the sake of the analogy, but he pretty much said, you know, when Louis was asking him about like the impact his words are having on people, right? And you know, if they take that advice, the type of path that they would go down, it was something to that degree. And I remember HS saying, you can do what you want. You can come to the gym to see me as a PT, or you can go to the donut shop. But if I own the donut shop, I make dough either way. And so that stayed with me. I'm not going to lie, because it's like, exactly what you guys were just talking about, which is them ensuring that they're creating the type of men who would then need their help. They're like in this vicious financial cycle of their own creation, and it's paying out greatly. If you support them, they make money. If you don't support them initially and you go out there and you're not having luck with women, eventually you're going to make your way to them. And while they're giving you this horrible advice, of course it's not going to pan out, but then they're also convincing you that it's the woman's fault why it's not panning out.
Right.
You're not doing anything wrong.
It's not going to pan out. And then you go running back to them.
Exactly.
You're muted, Themis.
Muted, yeah.
Sorry, 54% of people said they liked the doc. So 43. I mean, I also like the doc. So a better question was, did you find it more or less informative? All right, we'll have another poll up. A separate thing is, while I'm not calling anyone homosexual besides Harris. Also not calling. But while I cannot, I don't know if any of these men are gay. What I am trying to point out here, though, is I don't think men know how to show affection and love towards men. And instead of finding ways to love on each other, those men, the whatever you want to call cishet, whatever, they find roundabout ways to do it and hype each other up. And I do find it fascinating, because one of the things I've noticed about the creators of the creators in the Manosphere space and their followers, there is a kind of homosocial bond that exists, at least one way, from the audience to the creator, right? And I'm not saying this is sexual at all. What I am saying, however, is that it feels very homosocial. Does anyone else get the, like, we can move on from this. It's just
no. Let's stay here, because if every time I see you with beer men, like you're surrounded by men,
you don't like women. You don't want to talk to women. You're using women as social credit to other men.
It's a bunch of men in the house, and you go in there and you say, "Oh, so like, why are you here?" I
won a competition a couple years ago,
and he flew me out. What?
Right.
He did what?
He flew you out. You flew out. Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't want to put homosexuality on anyone, right? But I do. There is this, because we're in a society that tells you cannot show affection to men, and any kind of affection is gay. Because even HS does the gay thing when Louis hit the punching bag thingamabob. I don't know, carnival foolishness, and it is a way for men to connect.
Yes.
But the connection cannot be too overtly affectionate, right? And so it becomes this kind of aggressive, competitive, demeaning thing where it could have just been like, bro, I like how you look. I want to look like you. I actually think you're very attractive. But after he says that, he has to go no homo, and actually you ain't that great, and you go, like, it becomes this like weird competition as opposed to an acceptance of the appreciation you felt for that person that is not sexual. And I find that really sad, that men do not feel like they can engage in this kind of appreciation.
It's because they don't have no daddies. They didn't have no daddies around. Oh, no, I'm serious.
I ain't got no daddy around when I was growing
Or
up.
they have a very ineffective dad. Like, that was the whole theme of the whole thing to me, was that even some of the fans who spoke, it feels like there was just a lack of foundation for the majority of these men. They don't have a good father figure in their lives, and that's why they act the way they do with each other.
Yeah.
Right.
No, agreed. It's really sad that they, even when they're in company with one another, they do not keep each other good company. Like, they're not actual good company to one another. Because that part with the punching game, like, it was just so cliche. Like, all of you just get together and try to one up each other the entire time. That's exactly why y'all don't actually like each other for real.
Right. Or they get together and they're like trying to show you how much women they could get. Like, that's why they're together. Like, look, oh, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her.
But,
let me do this. Let me show you this.
getting the women isn't to get the women. They don't feel anything from getting the woman. It is they're showing off that they can
want
get the
you
woman.
to be impressed with them for getting the woman.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
And so it is the seeking of a kind of affection from another man for your validation. And instead of like trying to get that from the man, you're using women as an attempt to bypass the homosexual implication of trying to get it directly, which is insane.
Right. And just to bridge the gap some more, right? Like the absence of the father means a potential absence of a real life experience of you just being in company with a man or another boy, like you being able to experience that with your father. If your father was obviously like a good one to you, loving to you, supportive of you, actually was good company, you're likely to learn those good traits and pass that off to your friend group, right? But if your father's not present and the type of men that you idolize and admire are homophobic, anything that even feels like too much of a connection, anything that feels too intimate, you're going to have an adverse reaction to. So that's why that's important.
Okay.
Right.
Also, to pivot for like a quick second, y'all remember when I think it was one of HS's friends who was taking Louis around and he was like picking up different girls.
Ed here, Ed.
The black girl pissed me off.
This one.
The black girl pissed me off because why are you here? Why are you here, black woman?
Why she can't have a little? Why she can't have a little vanilla?
No, he was like, chocolate. I was like, oh no.
Okay, let's go through HS's thing. So the documentary opens and Louis goes to HS's house or rental or whatever. He's like fleeing because he has a criminal case in the UK. So
mind you,
he is running, right? And he is deeply insecure, right? A note that I need to point out is none of these logical provider, leader men did any research on who they signed up to do a documentary with. Right?
Zero.
And so watching their chat in real time, telling them, hey, this is a big documentarian person. He makes great documentaries and he's going to expose y'all, right? Highlight two things for me. One, these are idiots. Two, the chat is fully aware of the degeneracy.
Yes.
And one of the things that I've always been about is holding the content creators accountable, right? For feeding nastiness to the fans. Them saying and warning the content creators felt very specifically like they know that what they're doing and engaging with is degeneracy. So I do not baby the audience who are degenerate as well.
And you know how you can prove that? Because they're the ones giving them the ideas. The chats are the people giving them the degenerate, horrible ideas to do half of the stuff that they're doing.
Right.
And if this
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was
We're
just
going to go
say,
back to Louis, to TikkyTokky.
I was just, I'm not changing the subject. I'm just saying that if this is typically how Louis does documentaries, at least centered on things like this, when he's like pretty much doing an expose, and the people in the comments, like HS's followers, knew to expect that. What exactly are you warning HS of? You're warning HS of exposing himself, essentially.
Right.
Because all he did was ask questions and provide a little pushback. That should be okay. That should not be something you have to be warned about. So yeah, I fully agree. They know that this is trash.
Right. And so Louis is filming and HS is also filming because HS is an insecure little man, regardless of how big he is. The thing that I did like is that HS is very content savvy.
Oh my gosh, he is.
Call him what you want, but he knows how to get the girls going.
He does.
And he used Louis the way Louis was attempting to use him. Myron's dumb self was like recording Louis, but not live streaming in the way that HS was definitely milking every second of Louis' presence that he could for content. So call him what you want, but he gonna make that content.
He a businessman at the end of the day.
That was my one point about him. At the end of the day, he's intelligent in a very specific kind of way, and
I would never say some foolishness
like that. He is disciplined. He is
He is
disciplined.
disciplined. He's
And
disciplined.
he reminds me of Clavicular in that way, that a lot of these influencers know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly how to do it, who to do it, at the right moment to do it, the right second to do it. They have everything. A lot of the time they have it all planned out. Honestly, in that world, I'm gonna let them have it.
Yeah, I'm not giving them any flowers, but I will let them have it because, again, it goes back to capitalism, and being good at getting capital does not make you a good person.
Correct.
But it does make you able to play a degenerate game when you have no moral compass. Even when we talk about the OnlyFans girls and the Manosphere, the symbiotic relationship between the OnlyFans girl and the Manosphere is something that is, again, we talked about this earlier. I understood it from a fresh and fit perspective, where the women came on, get shamed, and then go off and get the same men who helped shame them to pay for their OnlyFans. Right? I get that.
Right.
But it is the you're taking the men's money, telling them about degeneracy. You are selling the men a fantasy, and then you're making them hate women. You're talking further about the hatred of women, but you're also supplying the women to them, at least for content, and then making money from these OnlyFans. Like, HF is like one of the most contradicting, degenerate people, also insecure, that was on the documentary, and he's also the most lost. Right? Like, it's so vapid and useless and empty that you almost, when I'm watching it, and I almost feel bad for him, because it's like he knows nothing outside of, I need to make this money, and I'm going to do anything to make this money. And it's a very strange place to be. He's homophobic. He is sexist. He's just the most degenerate.
Like, anti-Semitic.
And then when you ask him, it's like, do you actually feel this way? No, but like, it's clip farming, man.
But also,
he's lost himself.
But the lack of emotional maturity comes up again, where he'll say, I will disown my son for being gay, but also try to maintain that he's not homophobic, right?
Yeah,
again,
I got gay friends, he says.
But be who you want. I don't think he is connected the disgust, like it was automatic for him. I don't think he connected the disgust towards his son and the disowning of his son to homophobia, right?
No, he's not smart enough to do that.
And so, like, again, people who are homophobic, I don't argue with them, because I think you have low IQ. It just is what it is. I'm not about to argue on that. And so, like, watching him trying to navigate a mental processing when he's being challenged is one of the most heart-wrenching things for me, because, like, I don't like seeing people being overtly idiotic, right? Like, I don't like seeing people who they cannot engage their mental faculties meaningfully, and he just is incapable of. Like, he knows how to make money, and that's it.
It was very cringy. It was actually very like cringy in a way of, like, it was so embarrassing to hear him talk, and the majority of them talk, because it's just so, the reality in which they live in and the reality they've created are so crazy. Like, how they're trying to maintain both worlds. And he would, because he'd be like, yeah, that's a good question. And yeah, I understand that what I'm doing is bad. And then he'll flip over from saying, I understand what I'm doing is wrong, to saying, oh, mate, it's just content, mate. Yeah. Like, okay, well, you're influencing XYZ. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not homophobic.
Yeah, it's almost like
it's back, like, he doesn't have like a true identity. He's just whatever the content needs him to be. That's what he is.
Yeah, it's almost like whenever the message is starting to set in, and even like the least bit of thought or like regret or remorse or anything, like once those feelings start to bubble up, he just immediately like shuts it down, which is like, no, I'm like a reminder, like, well, I'm not doing this because I'm evil or anything. I'm not doing this because I hate anybody. I'm doing this because it makes money.
Yep.
And yeah. And we got to be honest about.
No, I was like, please go.
No, I was just gonna say, we also got to be honest about like just how, like, once you get put on, like, it's very easy to like for you to be knocked off your pedestal, sure, but once you get put on, at least financially, and you, well, let me, everything I was about to say, I was about to go off on a tangent. Let me just be very clear. If he wasn't attractive, he probably wouldn't even have this following. Like we have to, like, I'm not trying to make it a gay thing either, but we're not going to appreciate.
Let's pause. Put a pinhole. Most of these people are selling sex to men. Let's be very clear. Not in a homosexual type of way. All of the, except Myron, like, because Myron looks like Myron looks, right?
Wait, but hold on, you can't say that. Remember when Myron first came out, he was thirst trapping on Instagram.
Yeah, but the thing is, Myron uses other women to bolster his channel. These men are selling an image, right? These men are capable of selling an image in a way that if you are not an attractive man, you're going to have to work a lot harder to do. And they talk about how beautiful women can just come on and they don't have to work hard and the value is innate. Beautiful men capitalize on men the same exact way. It is the same way. They come on. Manosphere is like OnlyFans for men, and attractive men get to go to the top of that. It is what it is.
And when you tell them that's what they're doing, which he did, they were disgusted because women are whores and disgusting and
all those things. Ugly man online that is huge, that is telling you how to be. Looks maxing is the natural next step of the red pill. Looks maxing is the natural next step of the manosphere.
Yep,
it is.
The natural next step after that is you're gonna have a good-looking man who's gonna be on OnlyFans selling homosexual content.
See, I'm ready for that.
Right now. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be one of these heterosexual supposedly content creators, and they're gonna tell these men to come to their OnlyFans, and they're gonna be on there doing some gay stuff.
Y'all leave Sneako alone. Sneako was giving it to the girls. Sneako.
His part just made me sad. His part made me so sad.
Sneako is like a kind of. It feels very AI to me. I don't know. He doesn't feel like a real person.
He does not have an original thought in his head. We'll get to Sneako because
we'll get to him.
Right, we're still on HS.
When TikkyTokky comes in, hey Sober Bobo, how are you? When TikkyTokky,
God,
you gonna stop calling that man
HS, please.
Girl, when Tikky of the Talkers walked into his house and show that OnlyFans girl sitting on the couch and goes, "This is my dishwasher." The ability that Louis had to compose himself, I completely respect, because that literally does not make sense as a thing to say. Is this rage bait? Is this the degradation of women to feed to his fans? Was it to get Louis off 100% his queer?
I'm pretty sure they were alive at that time, so I'm pretty sure they were.
But is it to get Louis off his queer? Is it he was nervous, which was obvious he was nervous, and for him to reclaim some sense of power? Maybe it's a combination, but it felt very specific and unnatural.
And you hear the girl, she was like, "No, I'm not." Girl, put a little bass in your voice. She was like, "No, I'm here to get this."
That's not why she's here. That's not why she's here. Yeah, we're not with no bass.
And let me say something. And I could be out of line because we're focusing on the men. But the women also irritated me real bad.
Of course.
I respect it in a way of if they're using you said I'm we using each other, we making money off each other, fine. But they're also part of the problem.
Of course. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. They may not be as good. In my opinion, they're obviously not as guilty as the men, but they are part of the problem. They're problematic in their own way.
You're going along with it, right? And so you're representing the woman in this scenario, and you're going along with this degeneracy, right?
Pause. Sorry. Can I sell you a worldview instead?
Sure, go ahead.
Can I try to sell you a worldview? Mind you, 89% of the people said the doc is homosocial. All right. I might go for this worldview that I'm... To some extent, I think both the men and the women are victims of a failing society.
We're charitable today. Okay.
Yeah, very.
No, keep it going. Keep it going. This is interesting.
I think that TikkyTokky has very few options in life, right?
I don't think
Does he?
so. I don't. I
I
don't
don't.
think
I actually
so.
don't think that's true. I don't
Unless
think
you go
that's
marry
true.
a rich girl, there's not a lot
No, no, no.
happening up
If they
there.
would put
You know-
this kind of time, dedication, discipline, research into literally any other field, he could be successful. And he's
You know-
looking.
You know what I want to know? In order for me to have an opinion on that, I would need to know because he was very brief when it came to what put him and Ed on, right? I think he said something about selling like gym programs or something like that, right?
Wait, pause. I'm not defending the men. I'm defending men and women in that.
Oh, I know.
All right.
Mhm. No, I was just saying because I just want to because I don't want to lose this actually, so I'll be quick. But specifically about HS, I agree with Kilo in that I do think that he was capable of more, but it was very intentional on his part to prioritize certain things, even if it meant doing away with ethics. And so, in order for me to have a fair understanding of his capabilities, I would need to know how him and Ed were first put on, like what they did in order to amass that initial level of success that he then used to catapult himself into the position that he is in now. I would need more color.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna leave it alone. Y'all keep giving these men this like potential-esque thing. I ain't see no potential. I'm judging them by where they are now, and they could do nothing more than that.
I'm judging them next to the no good niggas I'm seeing walking around today. And they working real hard. These men are working a lot harder. And I do feel like there's a certain level, like the amount of effort they put into this, they could channel that into something else.
I don't agree, but we can disagree.
Yeah, we can agree to disagree.
Like, he could be a celebrity trainer.
Weren't you the one fighting for a clavicular, saying that he could have been a doctor?
Yes, because I'm talking about a specific set of skills. I've not seen these men provide I've seen them work, not provide anything like that would indicate they studied for anything.
Oh well,
they study the market. They know what know what the market wants. They know
like,
what.
They just followed what other people did, and they were attractive enough to get ahead. I believe.
So it's about what they. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to go ahead and sell the worldview, but go ahead.
No, I do think it's interesting, but again, I'm sorry because I'm still on HS. I think what I'm picking up what you're putting down, which is you're more focused on what he's done, whereas I think my stance is more so what I feel like he could have done instead. I do think there was another option. I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Literally, if this is your, go ahead.
In an effort to simplify the worldview, I'll just say this. I think that we have underestimated how difficult life has been for a lot of people, and their inability to do more with their life is not just a judgment on them, right, and their intellectual capacity, which it is also about a system that requires certain check marks, right? And if you go the entrepreneur route, you have to have business skills to some level. And these people saw social media as a way, not just out, but up, like as a way to become a part of the top 1% or whatever it is that they believe. And it was, and they became successful at it, right? And to that degree, they are a victim of hustle culture. They're a victim of capitalism in the way that it has been sort of used to subjugate large swaths of people. And they're a victim ultimately of a system that does not care about men, women, or children, right? And when you're in a system that feels very dog eat dog, which we agreed to, then either you are the victor that's stepping on people and growing, or you're the person getting stepped on. And when you see the world as a kind of zero-sum game, when you see life that way, your options are kind of limited in your mind. And it allows for a kind of moral bankruptcy that I don't think would be there but for a system that pushes this kind of thing. Now, obviously, there are other kinds of people in that system. So I'm not saying this is a full theory that explains all the actions. Because at least for HS, we know he understands what he's doing is wrong. He's gonna continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I think that that's a
also
very fair
because-
worldview. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kilo.
I just want to finish the thing I was saying about the girls.
Mm.
The scary part about that part of it is I feel like if they represent a certain type of woman on screen, and they're reinforcing whatever silly, degenerate, misogynistic view that the men have, the people who watch that, or the men who watch that, are going to think like these are going to take that and think that they can use it in the real world, right? That aggression towards the women, that disrespect towards the women, and they think that they're going to be able to get this certain reaction and that the woman is okay with it. And on screen, for her making money, it may not affect her in that moment in her world at that second, right? But when that man watches her and goes out and interacts with women in real life, that's when we pay the price for some of that behavior. I'm not saying it's solely just the woman's fault. I'm not saying that, obviously, because it's a dynamic that's playing out that we're seeing. But I do think a lot of this behavior translates into the real world in a way that can be very dangerous.
But what are you saying about the woman? Because my theory puts the woman in the scene as a victim. Obviously, she has a decision to make, but I am not as sort of I don't make the kind of indictment on her I think that you're making.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I am. I'm not giving her, if I had to break it down in percentages, I don't think that she's, wholly the issue, obviously. But I do think the more that we engage with these men, and the more we let them pimp us, the more we let them disrespect us on social media, the more we give into them. I would feel differently if she had if our content was solo content versus interacting with these specific type of men with a certain type of audience. And then goes back. And I think that's where it gets.
But as a content creator in the way that she is on OF, you need the audience and the audience reach, right? Mm-hmm. And so to get that, you are subjugating yourself. And I think for some women, they think humiliation in this way is similar to what they're doing, which might not be the case if you wanted to do OnlyFans. If you're doing OnlyFans because you need the money, then the humiliation you get from these men to get an audience feels similar to humiliating yourself on OnlyFans if you didn't want to do it but for the money you were getting. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, while I generally agree that these people aren't impoverished, they will be if they stop. This is not, when you think about the kind of careers that they have chosen, it's not something that you can easily reacclimate back into regular society after you've done. This is both for OnlyFans and the degenerates on YouTube.
Yeah, and I understand why she's doing it. I know why we're doing it. Like, I understand the push to do it. I understand the financial incentive. I'm just saying, behind all of that, there is a price to pay. And whether she pays it in that moment, whether I pay it with the man who's watching and takes that interaction to whoever pays for it, she may pay for it later with how HS is treating them. You know what I mean? But like, there's a price to pay.
Yeah, I think my comments should be taken as nuance because of who I'm talking to, this audience in particular, because you're a victim does not absolve you of your responsibility and the harm you perpetuate, right? And the abstract victimhood that I've created through a discussion of system level analysis is not enough for me to bypass the kind of harm you do, right? And so while I'm attempting to sell you all on a worldview that holds both these men and these women as victims, note that that is a footnote in the way we discuss. I just wanted to put that up front so that it doesn't seem like I am this unempathetic, useless person who is just here to drag. I think if we're having a discussion about meaningfully changing and deconstructing, then it should be honest and rooted in something that is meaningful about the world we live in, and that it's hard for pretty much everyone in it. We're about to go to war, girl. It's a challenge.
Right.
No, and that's why I added the woman part of it, right? Because like, yes, we can. Women get slammed all day, every day, so like that's we don't really need to. That's fine, but I think all of the parts together have to create a universe for you in your mind, right? You have to understand why everyone's interacting, why the women are interacting, why the men are interacting, the people who are watching them engaging in the content, the people who then go buy and pay for the content afterwards, and then the people how they interact with the real world after engaging with the content. And then how that overall world affects me, you, and everybody in it, and then how it affects them in that real world. And then if we want to go back to the origins, how it started and how they got to where they are, and how we have a world in which this lifestyle is thriving. You're muted.
Could I just say, could we specify a little bit? Maybe it's just me. Because when you mentioned the women, right? In my mind, I categorize them, putting the women of House of Heat, which was the OnlyFans content house that HS ran, as well as the women. I know not all the women that go on Fresh and Fit are sex workers, but a lot of them tend to be. So specifically, like those women, in addition to the women in the House of Heat, I put in one category, whereas I put Myron's ex-girlfriend and Justin Waller's girlfriend, not wife. He just called her wife because it was fun to do. Justin Waller's girlfriend. I put them in a different category. And if I had to categorize them differently, I would say I feel more for the OF models than I do for the romantic partners.
Oh,
for sure.
Same. You and I agree.
Yeah. Oh no, I agree.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Oh. We ain't gotten into the drag because them girls about to be dragged.
Okay, period. All right. As long as we're doing that. I'm not dragging no sex workers though. That's not happening.
No. I am. Oh no. We're gonna drag the girls. We're gonna drag the guys.
So let's hurry up and wrap up HS, and then we'll get back to HS because like he comes up a lot. He was the central figure in the documentary because I think he understood the kind of exposure. Not sure if he understood it would be bad, but in these dusty minds, any exposure is good. When he was asked what it is that he did, he said something to the effect of he teaches guys how to be men, or like boys how to be men, or something to that effect, and how to make money, right? And when he was asked to define manhood, Louis asked if he was masculine or something to that effect, HS looked him up and down. And then Louis paused to say, "Are you looking at me to see if I'm masculine?" And HS says yes. And it is interesting. It is actually interesting because the way they're defining manhood is very external. We talked about this. You know how I said, I didn't even realize I was going to get here, but you know how I said that looks maxing is the next step for the Manosphere?
Gender affirming care.
Gender affirming care.
This interaction exemplifies this, right?
Yes,
it is not about working on the inside, right? While it is about making money, it's not about growth and psychological well-being, none of that. It is, I'm going to look at you right now and see if you're worth it, if you're man enough, if you're alpha enough. And it betrays for me from HS, I was going to call him Louis, right? About how superficial it all is and how absolutely meaningless it really becomes when you think about, if you've ever been successful or whatever, you realize at a certain point that your humanity matters more and you plateau when you start trying to figure out who you want to be. It's not just how much money I want to have, it's where I want to be, it's who do I want to be, where I get where I want to go. And they're missing the part about the person you want to be, and they're just trying to get to a point, and it will never be enough. This, by the way, is why they will constantly trying to one-up someone else and be more alpha and be better and take testosterone and buy the wrong Bugatti and the right Bugatti, and then it will always, they will want more. The money they make, the girls they have, whatever they have will never be enough because they're working on validation externally. That's my observation of that interaction.
Oh, for sure. And I feel like that was on the nose. It's all about the aesthetic and the performance. Nothing more. It's never been about anything else.
You don't have to have really done anything meaningful in your life.
Right.
Just put on some muscle, get some tattoos. Hopefully you lucked out and you're tall. You know what I mean?
You gotta get up there. You gotta mog the girls.
Right, your face card can't decline. Because I swear, TikkyTokky,
mog the girls.
TikkyTokky's looks is carrying him. Okay,
yeah,
and his following is not primarily female. It is not. The men love a pretty face too, and they've made that crystal clear.
They love.
And I don't want anybody to bring up KS. He would sit in darkness majority of the time. There's a reason for that.
This, by the way, quickly is where HS takes Louis to the gym. They had the whole conversation about gay, which we already talked about, so we don't have to get back into that. This was when Louis asked HS, "Why are you talking to the camera instead of me going with me?"
He said,
and even the size up, right? Even the size up, like the way Louis looked at him once he realized that he was sizing him up. Like, again, like that's what just made me giggle, because I feel like that's a type of attitude, or that's a type of reaction that only like a white cishet man, an older white cishet man could give. Like, I'm sorry, that sent me, because it's like you're gonna lose every time and you just don't even know it.
Right. And HS is unaware again of who Louis is. And at this point is when the chat starts going like bonkers, like, oh, he gonna do this or he gonna do that. And I think interestingly, I don't know why I thought about this. I thought, this is so weird. Let me stand up for my Black king. Where's Kevin Samuels in this documentary? Right?
Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, please. Themis, this is a white America.
Legacy. Let me stop. Anyway.
This is white Manosphere. No, he's too colored.
Look at this chart. Look at
Themis.
See the white Manosphere.
Themis. Hold on. When I say white Manosphere, I don't mean just primarily run by white men. I mean the focal point is white men and their prosperity. Now point to somebody on the screen who is not upholding that. Do that.
Hey, you thought Kevin was not upholding white supremacy?
He was, but I don't think he was relevant enough in the grand scheme.
Oh, you're out of pocket. See, you're not going to downplay the black man's achievement.
I will. I will.
Gladly. The only person bigger than Kevin Samuels let me stop. Anyway, I don't care nothing about a Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels was big among the Chitlin circuit. Moving on.
Right.
No. Kevin Samuels. No,
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Kevin Samuels is the one who gave Myron and the Duster as their stamp.
No, I'm just joking. No, he gave them a reason.
But he was outpaced by them though, which is very important.
No, not while he was alive.
I think I don't know what he would have done if he was alive. I'm not gonna speculate that, but I think once you take what Kevin Samuels have and you start doing that crossover appeal, branching out a little bit, that's where you really start taking off.
But what you have to accept about Kevin Samuels is that he could run his show on his own.
Yeah, obviously, of course he could. 100%. And if he would, wait 1 second.
Very few of these men. None of these men, sorry, I was like very few. None of these men have that kind of pull, except Sneako, and he doesn't get that much live stream.
Okay, let me specify.
Sneako really did it. He's a mess. He's such a freaking man. He's such a mess.
The one thing I will say is we will never go in depth on this person because Ed Mathews is a Walmart bootleg replica of HS.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just everything we said about HS, just multiply that by 2 and then divide it by 500 and you get Ed. So that's that on that. What did you have to say before we go to the next person?
No, wait. Going back to Kevin Samuels, I do feel like
I did not mean anything I said about Kevin Samuel. I just brought it up as a joke.
No. I know. But like, what I'm really thinking now that we're here, like now that we follow the Manosphere from here to us, not the documentary, like us. Now that we're here, if he played his card, if he was smart enough to play his cards right, he could have because he was beginning to cross over. His messaging was starting to cross over from my memory. And I do think he could have, and especially if he wanted to go slightly Republican with it, slightly conservative with it. I don't know. He might would have ate that up a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like because I see what people are saying about him being so essential to the Manosphere, but it's like since when is it? I mean, I guess it's a thing
when
sometimes,
but the Manosphere died with him.
Well, I wasn't even going to say that. I was going to say, who cares about the originators? Like, even if Kevin Samuels was still one,
I think that's ultimately the problem with this documentary, because it fundamentally misses the point of the Manosphere, and in not tackling the point of the Manosphere, I think there's an issue. The Manosphere is a bunch of degenerates who came together to start a blog to talk about how men are under attack and that men were losing power in the world, and they were trying to push back specifically against feminism, right? They were lying. And to not grapple with that reality feels like you're intentionally, because it didn't take me long to know what the Manosphere was and where it was coming from. It felt like you didn't want to engage with it.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe he didn't. You know what I mean? And there may have been specific reasons for him not doing so. Maybe it was political based. Maybe it was, I don't know, maybe there was a certain type of audience he wanted to appeal to, and there's a certain way he wanted to appeal to them. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, I think I was asking for too much because I
was thinking it earlier when you were saying all the things you wanted. In the back of my mind, I was like, "Oh, he asking for too much."
No, but the issue isn't whether or not I'm asking for too much. The issue is whether or not the documentary is effective in informing, and to the extent that it is, then I don't really care about my own opinions. Like, I'm going to voice them now because I'm going to drive whenever I want. But beyond this channel and this platform, this will not inform anything, right? But I can have my own critique. All right, Justin Waller was next.
Wait. Oh, yes. Oh, I was just going to ask, can we skip over Myron, come to Myron at the end? Yes. Justin Waller, let's do him.
So, Justin Waller, girl, how you doing? Wait, sorry, no.
He was my favorite for some reason.
He was at least trying to seem like a good guy.
No,
I'm not saying. No. Hold on. Let me be clear. I'm not saying that I liked him. I'm not saying that I fell for it. Out of everybody's showcase, he's the one that tried to make it seem as if, like, oh no, I'm here for. Oh, I love women, and I'm here to help men, and I'm here to help women too. And I just don't feel like they know what they want. Like, you know what I mean? That's sort of like offhanded. I'm one of the good guys when he's not really.
He gives me the scummiest of scum that is that is not showing who he truly is.
Correct. That's why one of the reasons why he's my favorite. I think he actually is one of the most full of shit people on the documentary, to be honest. Easily. I think he is the most full of crap out of all of them.
Funny enough, he could have come off better if he didn't talk about his engaged one-sided monogamy.
Correct. If he would have never brought up his spouse, he would have been better off, to be honest.
So he has a legitimate business. He is Andrew Tate wannabe. And he also, like the rest of them, sells coaching class.
Yeah, he has a pyramid scheme going on, just like the Tates. It's like a mirroring them almost.
So there is a kind of insecurity about him. As soon as Louis walks up to him, he goes, my car is not success. And then he does it again where he said, I'm worth about 30 million. It's not enough, right?
Oh, no. Louis says, hey, you look like $1 million. And he goes, oh, maybe $500,000. You remember that part?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah. He walks up to him and he's like, "Oh, you look like $1 million." Louis says to Justin, "You look like $1,000,000." And at that moment, he looked a little bit sad, and he was like, "No, maybe like $500,000."
So he said he was worth 30 million, but it's not. He's not as rich as the other guys. That's what he said. Also, I am not sure if him downplaying himself is like a fake humility while bragging, because it's like, oh, I have a Bugatti, but this is not the best Bugatti. I understand, right? It's a way to kind of feign humility while brag. I'm worth $30 million, but it's not enough when he probably is not worth no 30 mil nothing.
He's so full of crap. He's so full of crap.
No, when he said like, oh, like last you checked what? Last you checked what?
What did you check exactly?
Or is it an attempt to call himself out before anyone can call him out? Like, obviously he's insecure. All of these men are insecure, but the kind of deep insecurity and unsure of themselves, it feels like almost like Waller, out of all of them, is on like a weird autopilot where he has the emptiness is there, but he does have like an alpha male script that he has to go on, not realizing how vapid and empty he is. No cigar, no cars, no penthouse, and no amount of woman can hide the fact that you just seem shallow and insecure and empty, like there is nothing there. And I do think he believes he can hide the him that like we all here are obviously able to see. Like I think he thinks he can hide it.
Do you think that's because he's trying to go political too? So he's trying to like appear a little bit clean? Because remember, he went to meet Trump multiple times. He went to the White House, and it seems like he was trying to follow that Tate grift, political grift thing they got going on. And I was in my mind when I was watching him, I was like, I wonder if he's trying to be clean, come across as like the American man with the wife and the kids and the dog, like he's trying to kind of position himself away from that, like the HSs of the world, kind of in the Myron, like a way to look like a certain type of person so he can join that political world is what I was thinking.
Then you immediately offset that talking about all of your extramarital affairs, right? And all the women that have their names tatted on you and all that stuff. No, but again, if this is about an image, because I do think you made a good point about like the political aspect he's trying to make a name for himself within. Like, yes, that would make sense. But as much as I do understand that they may not care for the act, a lot of people still, I mean, I know we're in a weird place right now because of Trump, but at least prior to Trump, like whatever you do behind closed doors, that's your business. But when it comes to your image, it still has to be a certain way. And in my opinion, he's
not married.
But still calling her his wife?
Oh, wait. So I think he desperately wants control, but he doesn't have it, right? Like he's always second to Andrew Tate. Like he is only relevant via Andrew Tate connection. He has a woman at home, children, I think 2 girls, and he's chasing 21-year-old men around in Miami, paying, I think it was like $20,000, he said, a month for a penthouse, right? This is a man who is out of place. And he wants control. When we think about him going back to Louisiana to his family trailer park and him driving through and talking about how he was raised, there is a part of him that is like you want to feel sympathy for, and he packages his past to provide an avenue for sympathy.
Yep.
And it would work on an unsuspecting viewer, but then he goes to meet his girlfriend, and then he's talking about this one-sided monogamy, and you see how deeply insecure the girlfriend is when your girlfriend comes out and says something like, the reason I'm okay with one-sided monogamy is because the last relationship I was in, the guy was lying to me. And so it's better to have someone who is being honest to me. No. She accomplishes something there. And I think well, let me not say intentionally. She accomplishes something there, and it is she does not want this life. This is not the life she would have chosen. But if you have to get something just slightly better than a man cheating and lying on you, you're going to take the thing that is slightly better than that, being honest, and you're going to amplify it in your mind as something good. Now, also, could you get something more? Maybe not financially, but you could get more connection. And when people are doing the kind of measuring, balancing test, she comes out on it is better to be here with this man, having children with him, not
Mhm.
being married to him, no real protection,
But she
and not
feels
getting what you want.
protected, Themis.
Wait,
That's
wait.
the
Before we get
problem.
into the woman, let's step back a bit for me, for Justin. Speaking about his childhood, just to highlight a couple things. He says his mother was crazy and that his mother would randomly just run up and abuse his father in front of him. Like, that's something that he said he saw.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Eventually his dad left, but his dad could not, he said his mom was keeping his dad. The mother kept the dad away from seeing his kids.
Right.
Mhm.
Another one of those, what was stopping you from seeing these kids? You say the woman was violent.
No,
You say she
I
burned
don't
down.
agree. Mm-mm,
You
I
say
don't
she
agree.
burned down 2 houses. You say all this stuff, and I'm like, how?
Mm.
Like, I just wish we had more information there, because how she acted versus
I
how his
believe him
dad
on
acted.
everything about his mom. I believe him about everything. He said he got his strength and physical build from his mom.
I don't. I believe what he said about his mom.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, no, I didn't mean to apply. I didn't mean to apply that at all. Just like putting out, I'm just literally telling you, regurgitating what he said about his mom and his dad, like what was said in the
I mean,
document.
yeah, because he
And
was
so
very
when,
specific. He was very specific about the abuse that he suffered, about the things that she's done, like burn down
yeah,
2
it sounds like
houses.
she was one of those, like, on the fly moms who was just doing stuff. It was very much giving trailer trash, just doing whatever. Burn down 2 houses for the insurance money. Like, she was just one. I have a good image of what type of, at least an imagination in my mind of like what his mom was like, what she looked like. She
But
seemed
how
very
did she?
unstable.
But why didn't he specify how she kept him and his sibling from the father? He
Because
was
he
very
gonna beat up
tight-lipped
the
about
dad.
that.
He would. Justin absolutely hates his father, in my mind. But he gives him grace in an interview I saw where he said that I forgive my dad because he just didn't have the tools. He was ignorant. He did not know what to do. And I don't know if he meant he didn't know what to do to be rich or he didn't know what to do to subjugate the woman in his life. But
The latter.
what we do know from his interaction with his mother is in that same interview, I forgot who was covering this. In that same interview, he said that his mother used to abuse him
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and he was like 6'2" and got jacked. And the mom was about to hit him or something. And he said, "What the F are you gonna do?" And he could see the mother's appearance change and she never hit him again. Right. And he could extend that
Oh.
to his family. So I think from a very young age, he learned that he could subjugate women because he like put his mother in her place. This
Right.
was from his mouth. Right.
Right.
And so what
Mm.
you're learning from the interaction, one could surmise that he learned that he needed to put women in their place or they're going to act out because that's how his mother did.
Right.
Right.
And my critique of that conversation is I would like to know more about why was he stuck with this unstable, abusive mother? Where was the father?
Mhm.
That's my like
Right.
ultimately out of that whole conversation, what stuck out to me was the mother didn't let the dad see his kids.
Yeah, but how? No word about that. We had a whole history lesson on his mama, which is understandable because I do agree with you guys. I do believe him when he talks about how abusive she was, and it makes perfect sense how he ended up in this position now because he essentially learned that by asserting yourself as a man, that would be the thing to keep you safe. Because finally she stopped abusing him physically, right?
Right.
And so now his girlfriend is talking
about.
about.
But we say the mom should be there to protect the kids, right? When the man is abusing her and the kids. The mom should stick up for the kids. The mom should do. We have all this responsibility.
Who said that?
No, I'm not saying you say it, but generally that is the attitude.
Yes.
That the woman should, if the man is abusive, they need to leave. They should just leave. They should run out. They should protect the kids. Like that is the general advice that quote unquote people are giving these women. And when I'm looking at this whole scenario, and a lot of the time these kids, whether it's a man or woman, they get left behind. And him and his siblings got left behind with his mother, with an abusive mother. Where was his father?
2 house fires and still CPS never. He said he didn't specify this either, from what I remember, that him and his sibling almost ended up in foster care. Well, like what
he could not find any evidence of these fires. Just
that's
okay.
But
fair. So I'll let go of that.
But let's say we're taking his word for it. Like, let's say that did happen. Again, where is the father?
How was he able to be kept away? How did she keep him away?
That woman was beating that man. Like I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Based on the story, Justin is telling that woman was beating all of them people, beating the man, beating the kids, beating the house. Like she was beating everyone, girl.
Yeah, but like the man is the leader. The men are stronger. I don't understand.
No, I mean, if anything, that makes things worse, right? Because if you could not fend her off, then your kids couldn't.
Yeah. And so he ran and left them. That's where
period.
He was.
All right.
Yeah, so, and that's the point. And that's the point.
Just said that.
No. I'm laying out all the details before we get there. I'm laying out all the details of what was said, what happened, how it looks, how generally people speak about these situations, and how where's the father? There was a lack of criticism for the father. That was my point.
And again, his language never suggested that he ever felt like his father abandoned him and his sibling. That's very telling. It made, I mean, and not to say that this is unfair, because based on what he's saying, oh my gosh, come on. Based on, anyway,
they're the biggest idiots in the whole thing. Like,
matter of fact, let's go.
They represent the audience. So these idiots are Justin fans, and I have no empathy for them. Here's why. I do not. Oh, go ahead. Maybe you can give some to me. Go ahead.
Oh Lord, now I'm in a hot seat.
No. I want to, because I should. They feel like insecure, useless degenerates who need a hug, and maybe I just don't know how to give it to them. So you do it, and then all right.
You know what? I'll say this. I'll say this before I even started. Maybe you could try to allow your worldview to include them as well. I agree with you, but no. No, why not?
When Idiot One is gonna put himself on camera and said, "My brother unalived himself. I was homeless, was it for me. And then I don't believe in depression. Mm-hmm. Your brother unalived himself. You degenerate, useless pig. Like it's a child.
Because he was weak.
But
because you considered his brother weak.
But think about it.
I cannot do it.
That's the mindset.
This one was running naked on the beach. Girl, ain't nobody asked for none of that.
Wait, what?
He's just bouncing. So what saddened me about this, and I'm not saying I feel sad for them, but what saddened how they spoke about things really saddened me, because
they were NPCs.
They were what?
It gave that.
It was that the Manosphere preaches that depression, anxiety, all these things are made up, and you're just a weak person. You just need to be stronger, and therapy is garbage, and the world just wants to make you into a woman. And if these men have been watching these creators since they were children, then it makes sense why they're talking like this. Like, this is the end result. Like, that makes sense to me, unfortunately.
Okay, here they go. I was trying to find my notes on them. I completely agree with what Kilo just said. Now, Themis, if this is not acceptable for you, that's completely understandable. But I do think that they would also be considered victims in your worldview.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I'm just annoyed. They piss me off.
No, I know. I get that. I get that wholeheartedly. So the taller one, him talking about his brother committing unaliving himself. That made perfect sense.
Yeah.
But they were talking the same old talk about how people don't want to see male empowerment because of the threat to them. Whatever. That's just what they tell themselves to make themselves feel better. The shorter one moving to the area while living in his car. These guys have been through very traumatic things. But what stuck with me the most was when one of them said, "As men, we're meant to suffer. We're not meant to be happy." And that's when he said, "We don't believe in depression." These men are lost in the sauce. They really are. And for you to think that you should not be happy in life.
Yeah. And if the brother was also listening to the content, his end was also somewhat predictable. Like, if this, you're going to lose a few men to that, unfortunately, because of what you're preaching within the manosphere.
Wait, which one did you? I think someone pointed it out, and I think it was the shorter one. I care, but like, I think it's the shorter one who brother died.
Like, think about it. If you think about the end game of this, right? Of like how all these young boys are going to pan out, because most of them are not going to get attractive. Most of them are not going to get buff. Most of them are not going to get the women that they said that they were going to get. Depression is not real. Anxiety is not real. Trauma is not real. And if you can't deal with it, you're just weak. And the end result of that would be men and boys who would just unalive themselves. Like, that is going to be an end result of that kind of rhetoric. That is one of the end results of that. I'm not saying that's how every boy is.
Okay, someone said something that they didn't have hope. This one is chopped facially. This one is not. Right?
Oh my God.
Right?
I don't know how we got to this. I don't know.
No, I was responding to like someone like they might not get any woman because they don't look good.
Oh, listen, I want us to let go of that, because conventionally unattractive people are getting in relationships.
Yeah, I agree. But this one is like conventionally attractive. This one over here, the one
I can see that he got some height to him. Body has potential.
He's eating the girls, right? Yeah. The issue that I'm having, by the way, DJ, you're fully correct. You sold me on the worldview. I've been sold on the worldview. The problem is, for me, when your family member die from unaliving themselves, and you announce to the world that depression is not real, it's going to be very difficult for me to care anything about what you got to say from there on.
But that's what he's been taught since he was a child. If he's been watching,
that's what these dusty men taught him when he was homeless, and then he gave them credit for it, talking about, "Oh, I love you, Tokky." He goes, "Women are born with value. Men have to earn their value." Okay, come again. Come sit down. Explain that to me.
He's just talking. He's just he's indoctrinated.
Yeah, now explain your indoctrination. What does that mean? Oh, if you're beautiful, all women aren't beautiful, so now what?
Exactly.
All women can have kids, now what?
Oh no, it's like all women can lay down with a man. That just means that y'all don't have standards.
But men, but that's the problem, right? When you tell a man, "Oh, like, yeah, I can go outside and sleep with a random guy," that doesn't mean anything to me. They will laugh in your face, because that means the ability to have sex means everything to them. So that's the disconnect. You're never going to be able to explain that to them.
But yet, if you were to flip that on them,
they sat down and go ahead, DJ. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, but yeah, if you flip that on them and say, well, you guys could probably like get down with any man that you want to. Now all of a sudden it's a problem because that's what it's about. It's about the men. It's not about us being women. It's about us attracting men. And men generally do not have standards.
They just want the ability. They want the same access that you have.
I mean, go get it. Go download Grindr and have a good old time.
I think that at the core, the idea that women have life easier is an insane proposition that they have taken, and it pisses me off because no one can explain it. And when Dusty, disgusting, degenerate Andrew Tate sat up there and said that a woman can get invited on a yacht, but for a man to be there, he has to own the yacht, that is insane. First, there are men who've been invited to yachts that ain't paid for that yacht. That's the first thing. Right? And they're doing something strange for a bit of change. Also, first. Second, a lot of these women are being brought on yacht for a very specific reason, which we will not get into. Third, and most importantly, when you define value as sexual access, you're a degenerate.
Yep, that's all.
Yep,
That's literally
agreed.
all. Because also, they don't care about what happens on the boat. They only care that you were invited, right? Two,
Yes.
their view of women is these OnlyFans girls that they surround themselves with. They are not in reality with the rest of us. That's all, like, they're describing a very specific, particular type of woman.
They're describing some women in Miami, and like, pardon me, but not every woman is in Miami doing
right.
OnlyFans.
And that's the thing. They're talking about this very specific group of women, in which they're the ones inviting that group of women on the yacht.
Myron is the one. Myron is the one inviting them on yacht.
Right, be mad at the men creating the privilege to the woman to be on the yacht. Why are you mad at the woman being invited on the yacht? Be mad at the men inviting the woman on the yacht. You're not mad at them because that's you.
Yeah,
right.
Like they don't care to develop any sense of respect or value towards women. They just want access to women, and all they want to do is achieve that level of success where they'll have that access without having to treat women like human beings. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head. It's like, oh, well, you get invited onto the yacht. Oh, well, you get free drinks sometimes. Again, not an experience for every woman, right? That's not a, that's
most
not the experience.
Women probably don't experience the majority of this stuff
easily, right? But it's like, and those who do, you can hear them say, well, I'd very much rather not be invited onto a yacht or be bought a free drink because of what comes after that. But again, they don't think about that at all.
They're the person inviting you on the yacht. Like, you don't care that much. Like, it's a bunch of hypocrites and it's a bunch of BS. Stop inviting girls on yachts then. If you don't
like when does your value kick in as a girl?
What'd you say? Say that again.
Women are born with value. When does it kick in?
I guess once the male gaze lands on you, which could be when you're like 2 years old.
Exactly.
When they can have sex with you. That's
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. These men are degenerate, and when you say someone is born with value, and when you define value as sexual access, you are a degenerate human being. I don't want to hear it. Now back to this, Dusty. Myron is a problem for a lot of reasons that we've discussed previously.
Yeah.
But in this thing, one of the documentary, I found that Myron could not stand by his words. It is so insane to me. Like, he'll say something vulgar on the podcast, and Louis will just ask him, like, just repeat what he said and ask him if he believed that. And he would just completely change it. One of the things that I can remember immediately is about like the woman he's with should have sex with him whenever he wants, right? Mm-hmm. Regardless. Like, he's the commander, he determined when they have sex, right? And Louis said, is that true? And he was like, well, no, obviously, if she's on her period, but like, it depends, like, obviously
there's conditions.
Right. But like, you are not saying this outward to the degenerate listening to you. And if these dusty men took what you said verbatim, what are you thinking they're going to do to these women?
Exactly.
You're going to rate them. Trigger warning, right? Like, if you're saying you don't get to say no, you better make the nuances clear up front and in bold letters. You don't get to sit up there and say some foolishness and then go back and like pull it back step. No, you don't get to do that. That is degenerate. So you're training up a bunch of men to be rapists.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And these are the real world consequences that scare me about all of this stuff. Because now they go out and now we have to interact with the boys and men that he told them that the woman doesn't get to say no. Like, he's told them that. Now they're out in the real world and now we have to interact with these men that they've trained to be this way. Like, that's the real world stuff that scares me about this whole situation.
And that's what's so crazy about this as well, because what you just described, like turning men into rapists, that's just at worst. The at best isn't much better in that you're giving these men the impression that a woman is only a woman who truly loves you if she never denies you. So now again, your perspective on the ideal mate is completely unreasonable, right?
Right. And DJ, these men are having trouble getting women, right? So let them accidentally get a woman. You've ruined it for that man. Because now you're taught him all kinds of ridiculousness, and that woman gonna leave him, and now he's lonely again, and he goes back to your show and goes, see, these bitches ain't shit, and now he back on the show, and we're back in the cycle again.
Right.
Because a real woman would never say no. Yep.
Yeah.
So Myron is the darkest one on there. I say that specifically to highlight the colorist, racist undertone that exists within the manosphere, right?
Yeah.
And there is a part of watching him that feels like he has to be the loudest, most obnoxious, and overt because he's fighting for his spot in a space that he does not fit.
That
Right?
outwardly reject him, actually.
Right. And so the way that he has to like control everything, like the Louis couldn't talk to the woman behind the scene who like gets the other women on the podcast
Yeah.
because Myron, by the way, is talking about free speech and he's honest and upfront, but he has to hide everything about his engagement. I thought that was like a point of contention around his brand. But then I realized, oh, Themis, you're forgetting. These men do not actually believe in nothing they say. They just be talking.
Yeah.
They be talking.
And
then we go ahead. No.
Go ahead.
No.
No, I was gonna say this is the part when I refer back to why the women are there and how in these on the podcast in that moment it's not affecting them, right? It's not affecting anyone in that moment on the podcast. And then the issue becomes you teach these men, they take what you told them, they go out into the real world, and now we have to deal with it. And we've had moments of just sheer violence based off of the rhetoric against women, based off the rhetoric that these men are teaching them, because there is no nuance, there is no there is no but these are specific stipulations in which this would happen. There is no watch yourself for X, Y. There's none of that. It's just women hate you. Boom, take that, go out into the world. Like they don't mix it up, they don't repackage it, they don't give you any type of real advice. They just give you the dangerous nonsense and send you out into the world. Like that's what scares me about this whole situation. I agree that Myron, I don't know if it's specific. No. I actually have to agree with you. I think he knows that he is the black man because these white men keep telling him he's black. He can pretend that he's not black.
Every chance they get.
He can try to say as a white man and whatever else he wants to do. You can put on that white hoodie, whatever you want. These white men are going to remind you that you're black, and they are outwardly rejecting him. They are telling him we do not want you in this space. The racists are telling him to get out. And so yeah, I do think he has to kind of be louder, be bigger, shout this, push all this out in such a I don't want to say violent, but like a big show, a big performance. He has to do all these things to solidify his position because they want him gone. They do not want him representing any part of this space that they're also in.
So Myron is dating Angie at the time. Louis interviews both of them, and Myron always talks about how he's going to have multiple wives and he has a roster. And Angie said that Myron is different. This is actually important, but whatever. Angie says Myron is different behind the scenes, something I believe, right?
Yeah.
Angie seems scared and sad. She seemed like a low self-esteem, scared, sad woman. It was just sad to watch her mumble through the sentences, but that might have been her accent or English as opposed to her mental state, right? So I'll give that. She does not agree with Myron marrying and dating other people. And in fact, when Louis asked Myron in front of Angie about the roster and the marrying other people, he completely switches tone. Well, not completely. He goes, oh, no. We'll table that for we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right?
Yeah.
This is completely different from the bombastic Dusty degenerate that we see online. First. Second, he's holding this dog, petting this dog, and he's hugging his girlfriend. And Louis points out that it feels different. What he's doing seems like he's a different person. And in that moment, I don't know if something shifts, but he goes, oh, and go clean up the room to his girlfriend.
Yeah. That was ridiculous. Yeah.
Wait, one note. Remember, he mentioned that as soon as Louis walked in. Like, I think Louis wanted to see the place, and he said, I would give you a tour, but she's going to have, like, my girl is going to have to clean up that back room. So that, like, him telling her to do so, like, obviously we know that he just wanted to get her out the room because the conversation was going in a place he wasn't ready for. But he did, I remember, I made note of it because that's the same thing that HS did.
I was about to say, and that parallels to when Themis brought up HS walking in and saying, "There's my microwave" or whatever.
Yep, same thing.
They're all
same
doing
thing.
the
But
same.
sorry, go ahead, Themis.
No. But that's the exertion. Like, it felt like an attempt at reclamation of manhood or alpha or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they do that. They never like punch up. It's like they use women as punching bags to make themselves feel good. Mm-hmm. And it's just a weird, insidious, disgusting way. Because when it happened, and I was watching it, I was like, you're just a weak human being. Like, you're trying to assert power, but it's very clear to anyone watching that this was an attempt at, like, sort of grabbing back control and power, or like this alpha framing or whatever, like, you want to call it.
In a way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Because it was like, it started off. Like, I'm just like reading my notes again to just kind of remember the sequence of events. So again, when Louis came in and he made the comment about her having to clean, mind you, these are all men that we believe is supposed to be making high 6, if not 7 figures. Why do you still need a woman to clean anything? That's very important, right? That's something that I wanted to know. Like I don't mean to get off topic, but Justin's girlfriend saying that she used to be an X-ray technician, but she's so much
I was going to bring that up,
she's in her feminine. Okay, so let me actually leave that part alone. We're gonna get
no. We can get it. We can.
Let's finish Myron and then get straight to the girlfriend. So, like, I think fundamentally Myron resents women because, well, for other reasons.
Yes.
But he's been trying to do well online, and he cannot do well without women.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so I think there is a resentment that his content requires women because the men do not care without the women. Right.
No.
And the promotion of like the pseudoscience stuff, I don't know why Louis kept this in where they're like, oh, if you sleep with a man, his DNA is going to be in you, and then the
that was wild.
And they took it as fact. Louis was getting pissed, and I was like, girl, remember, you're trying to be objective, but he was getting pissed. He was like, why are y'all doing this?
No, that's the one moment where you saw he was purely disgusted. Like, that actually pissed him off. Like,
couldn't hold it in.
Yeah.
It was clear that Myron did not want his girlfriend back in the film. But we can get to the before you move on.
Remember Myron's response to Louis calling him out for the misinformation?
No, I don't remember.
He didn't have one.
Oh yeah. We talked about it.
He literally, like, it's that easy. Like, I think you were saying it earlier that, like, when you actually like ask these people to explain anything, even a mild question of like, what does that mean? Myron could not explain why that was incorrect.
All right, let's get to the women. I will keep this woman up here because I'm not going to drag her.
I will, so don't worry.
We're going to talk about the women. So we're talking about Angie, I don't know her name, and this one.
Yeah, it's Kristen.
So
Angie, Kristen, okay.
TikkyTokky girl, don't be mad because you seem like you have problems. Like, you have like anger problems and it's really wild. So like, please don't. Your mother is the reason you are the man you are. Not just your dad, your mother.
Yep.
Here's why. You sat up there and lied, talk about your mother would not like that you're homophobic and misogynistic, and she wouldn't agree with what you said. You're a liar. Yep. She is fully on board with everything that you're saying. When your mother can sit there and when she's asked about how you engage, and she respond, oh, a mother is never in full agreement with everything that her son does. your mother is your problem. When you're being asked about your criminal case and your mother steps in front of you to defend you against a man, question you about something happening in your life, your mother is the problem. I get that a lot of boy moms feel like they need to step in, particularly if they're single moms and the dusty daddy is nowhere to be found. You feel like you have to overcompensate by defending them for everything that they do, and that is a problem. You feel like you have to coddle them more than they should, and that's probably a protective instinct. You got to let that go. You are the reason your son is a degenerate. Also, his dusty daddy is to be blamed too. So that's not on that. Both of y'all created a trash human being. And TikkyTokky, girl, your mother is not some kind of saint. She's not. She probably worked hard and loved you, but she is the reason you are why you are who you are. It is that simple. As soon as she started talking, I was like, yeah, that's the man she gonna create. Now, obviously, your dusty daddy is to be blamed, and your dad don't care nothing about you. You went to visit him, and he was like, well, who you be?
Listen, the daddy was sitting up. The daddy would sit back, arms out, relaxed, like
chilling.
Okay, what's up?
Girl, TikkyTokky went to go meet the dusty daddy, and the dusty daddy was like, oh, please get out of my face with this camera. Ain't nobody got time for none of this. Yeah. And then he's gonna come back. TikkyTokky talking about, oh, I forgive my dad. I don't blame him. I also don't think anything is harmed. I don't think he's harmed me.
Mind you,
Sure.
I don't know if the chat actually watched the documentary. His dad is black or African, I guess.
The dad is black. And I was not surprised. I mean, I was surprised because I was like, wait, he's black? Because I didn't know he was biracial. I thought he was like Middle Eastern.
It didn't give biracial to me
at
either.
all.
I was very surprised that his dad was black. I was very, very surprised. I thought he was black.
I thought he was just a tanned white man. I was so confused when I saw his father.
But once you saw the father, though, you were like, oh, okay.
Like, oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The mention of the mother with no mention of the father prior to that point. Like, okay.
And let me point out for his mother, when he first speaks about her, he says, oh, my mom would never agree with anything that I talk about. She's a feminist. She would smack me if she heard me talk about all the stuff that I say about women. She wouldn't agree with any of this stuff. That's what he says when Louis is asking him about what his mother would think. Cue to him actually showing us his mother, and they're in the kitchen. I mean, I guess they're in the kitchen, whatever, and they're talking. Mind you, he's visiting his mom with a warrant on his head. Like he's wanted in the UK for a car crash. So like at the end of the day, the mom is not giving. And I'm gonna tell you why I ultimately think all this kind of summed up to the way it did. And then everything he said, I do feel like the mom was irritated by the things.
Yes,
I do think she was. But then the moment that she felt like her son was being pushed against by Louis, she would step in and defend it. Right. Oh, yes. but don't talk. But he's just my son. But he's this. But she would defend it. So at the end of the day, no matter how vile he is, and he understands this, no matter how vile and disgusting I am, my mom is going to defend me. She's always going to be on my side. Like that's it is what it is. What it is. And then he also says, she's like, well, most women aren't like that. He says most women in the world are not like my mom, making it seem like she's an exception and she gets a specific amount of grace and respect that these other women don't get because they're not his mother.
Meanwhile, most women are exactly like your mother.
Most like whole time, like your mom's not giving anything special. And then there was something in the documentary. You guys, let me know if you felt this, where Louis was going back and forth with HS, and there was like a moment with the mom where I realized, or maybe I'm projecting, that she realized this was about money. And I think she is where she is because her son is making money.
Oh, period.
So how she feels about all of this stuff, I think she reels it in a little bit, and she does protect him because he's funding her lifestyle. There was a bit of that in there.
No, because that's what if I'm being honest, that's what I got from it. What I got from her defense of him is like, even if behind closed doors, she would smack him if he said something disrespectful. Like I believe him when he said that she's probably had that reaction to something that he's done or said. But when the cameras are on, they're going to be a unified front. Like at least until she started like checking him about something separate.
The why is the problem I have. I do not agree that it's because the son is giving him money.
It's
I
not
do not
only
agree.
that. I don't think that's the only reason.
Yeah, well, yeah. I also I don't like when there's this tendency for mothers when parents when their children make money that they become like muted, right, and don't engage in corrective behavior. There is a clip that Louis Dusty self included. Where the mother is just dragging it like
Yeah, I saw that.
clean it up, clean up the
Yes.
floor, use that, give it to me.
Yep.
The mom is not afraid of her son, which is cute.
No, I don't think she is.
I think the mom is overly protective and even if not in agreement, allows her son to be a boy. Because I think there is this like, he never had any father, so now I have to overcompensate and let him be a man in a way that I don't know what manhood is. And that is trash.
I agree. No, that's what I'm saying. I think there was a point in the doc where I realized that money was part of it, but I would never use that to explain why she acts the way she acts. Because it 100% gave a boy mom. Right. But not even that. It 100% gives a lot of mothers, no matter how degenerate their sons or daughters are, but mostly sons, but we can throw daughters in there, they will protect them.
Right. The way that mother was talking to the way TikkyTokky's mom was talking to him, it does not feel like she was afraid of losing access to his money.
No. It never gave. When I say it was about money, I don't mean in a way of that she stopped talking because she was afraid he wouldn't give her money.
Yeah.
I mean it in a way of she understands that that whatever she disagrees with his talking points, this lifestyle, this personality, him and Louis going back and forth, that is what funds his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right.
So separately, this one.
I got notes.
All right, go take it. I will say I don't have much to say because all I have is a nasty drag, and I don't think I should. So all I have to say is, girl, I hope this all works out for you because you're looking dumb as you is. That's it.
So, so just going over Kristen, she was a former X-ray tech, mother of 2. She has another one on the way. She's pregnant in this clip. So that's 3 kids with him. Something that stood out to me is when they were both walking through their house, she was like, I feel like me and Justin have 2 lanes. My lane is the cooking, the cleaning, and the kids. And his lane is providing and making money. The way she said it, in that moment, she had pride that he was taking care of her. Yeah, he takes care of me. I do this, he take care of me. That's what it was giving, right? At that moment. Yeah. We're going to flip this around later. And so, because this comes up because Louis asked him, hey, do you do bath time with the girls? And he said, oh, no, I don't do that. I don't take care of no kids. Like, that's what it is.
Nothing. Yeah.
And she had to defend him by saying, well, that's my lane and he does this. All right, fine, fair enough. When this breaks down for me is when they talk about, oh, are you guys married? And she says yes. And he says
he said no.
That makes me think that they had an agreement on how they were publicly going to speak about their relationship because she knows they're not married. So why would she say yes and he say no? That didn't make sense to me. That means something's misaligned here. Something doesn't make sense to me there. And then he says, well, it feels like it'd be risky for you rather than it is risky for him. Meaning if he leaves you, you'll be left with nothing. And she goes, it is risky for me, but I don't feel at risk. Her face changed because remember, she was happy. He's taking care of me. He said, if I up and left her tomorrow, I wouldn't feel bad because I would say it was a lovely time in my life.
Yep.
Baby, she looked over like, what the fuck you mean leave me? Oh, baby, her whole spirit was bothered.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did she not see that as an option? Like when I forgot exactly what Louis asked, but it was the same conversation.
He thought what he was saying, because the thing about Dusty is that he believes that he's very deep and sentimental. He's not. He just has a southern accent, and those are usually endearing. It's not on him. So when he said, I would have appreciated the time we had.
Right, and if I left her.
Yeah, it felt like he was attempting to say how beautiful his time with her is.
He thought he was a poet. That girl, he didn't realize this girl got with you explicitly because you was gonna take care of her. And for you to even make it seem like there is a world in which you're not taking care of her, she was like, no.
But let's actually dig deep. She's 3 kids deep. She
Yep.
quit her job. Ain't nothing on her resume for the last, I don't know, 3 kids. And you are suggesting that there is a world in which you left her and you're happy because of the time you have.
No, but remember that was also after Louis asked the question of why they're not married, and I believe Louis asked, like, is it for financing, and he said yes immediately. Yeah, so I feel like that was the first blow. Well, actually, no. The marriage thing, him saying no, that was the first blow. Then him confirming that the reason why he's not married to her is inherently financial. That was the second blow. And then what he thought would save himself, he only just made worse.
Well, right. and let me set the scene for y'all, because
before you set the scene, if you want to play dumb, they're going to see how dumb you're going to be. Right. Like, if you play dumb with these men, they're going to test to see how dumb you're going to be. Continue.
Yeah, if you play dumb, they're going to be slower. Don't worry. And so this is parallel to the conversation that they had with Angie, because they'll say, oh yeah, I'm out here, I can have my own life. But then he phrases it in front of Kristen as it's actually a threesome. The life I'm actually talking about. It's actually, when I see a woman, and like Themis said, he think he be spitting some type of poetry. When I see a woman, I immediately bring up my wife. I go, boom,
look how beautiful my wife is, and we gonna have threesome. That's not what you said.
That's not what you said. That's not what you said.
When you spoke to us separate from Angie, you said it is closed on her and an open on your end, and you have a whole place in Miami to be open on your end when you hang out with them 21-year-olds.
That's what you said. That's what you said. But now you're explaining it in front of Angie as if your wife is explicitly involved in these menage a trois you're having. That's how you're making it sound like.
And then he goes, yeah, I show them how beautiful and amazing my wife is, and I do it by the second date because Angie sees him drowning and goes, yeah, when they're out by themselves, I don't want to know anything. And if they set up a night, I don't want to know. Because the thing is, this girl, for all the dumb decisions she's made, 3 kids with no ring and no kind of investment at all, she's smart enough to cover for him.
Correct.
And what we catch is her face.
Yeah. She's I was gonna say, she's been ducking and dodging the whole time. Every question Louis has, she ducking, she dodging, she throwing punches out there. She defending her man. What? No, I'm good. I'm happy. He don't have to take care of the kids. Oh, he don't do this. No worries. I got it. Boom, boom, boom. When he said, if me and Angie broke up tomorrow, baby.
Mind you, he could have said, even if we broke up, I would take care of her and the kids.
He didn't say that. Correct. He didn't say.
He said, girl, I would have been that was great, girl. All them threesomes you did, period.
Right. A time was had. You did what needed to be done.
Was had. We had the time of our life.
The girl is our dumb girl.
Her face looked crazy. Because she did not calculate, for some reason, out of all this stuff that's been going on, and maybe because all the poetry he's spitting to her, but these women truly believe that they are an exception. It is getting out of control.
There was a kind of you remember when there was what's his name, TikkyTokky, when they went and beat up that man?
Oh yeah, that was
terrible.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Do y'all want to talk about that or no? Because I
didn't get it. I understood that, like, particularly Ed, like, that's one thing that he's known for, right? Like, quote unquote, catching predators. In a nutshell, I'm not against the idea. Like, I don't have much of an opinion on it, but the jumping, I don't even understand how we got there.
Yes, but I think you have to be very careful that you know exactly who you're catching and that they're actually wrong, and then you can do whatever.
No, remember, because he said they had no evidence that it was a random guy who randomly. They had no evidence that he even was a predator at all. They just it didn't make. I was really shocked by that. Like, it was just unnecessary violence, like, just for the sake of violence.
The then we can go to what what's this Dusties name? Listen. Thoughts.
Oh gosh.
None. Look, you want to know what I wrote down for Sneako? Hold on. I'm gonna say it out loud.
I feel like we dragged him a lot. We've dragged him a lot over here.
We really have. Like, in just a few
You
weeks.
know, he's the new king of
ago
the
as well.
Manosphere, right?
Great. Love.
He took down Andrew Tate. He been dragging Andrew Tate nonstop. Continue.
Okay, here we go. No, I just wanted to find my notes. This is what I wrote to him after just like seeing him on the screen for an extended period of time. He just makes me sad. Just a bundle of desperation, uncertainty, and a desire to be seen, though not too closely. That's literally all I wrote about this boy.
Oh, girl, I'm writing about how he destiny swapping with Andrew Tate. A lack of identity, but will take on anyone's identity that he comes into contact with.
I'm telling you, he's like the body snatchers. I'm telling you, he will jump into the next body, the next persona, the next person, and then that's that. What saddened me the most about Sneako, not Sneako himself, was how young his fans were.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I think Sneako's portion when Andrew Tate came on and they were talking about politics and he goes into this like really dusty diatribe about like the Illuminati, one eye, blue, blue, blah, whatever. Mm-hmm. What I realized in that moment is how, again, political this all is, right?
Yeah.
I think this election was a referendum when it comes to men versus women, and men won. And now we're at war. Mm-hmm. So as I was thinking, it's like they're talking about masculinity and the overt portrayal of masculinity, and Donald Trump, in a lot of their imaginations, represent the kind of epitome of the flavor of masculinity, right?
Yep.
And in their wanting to stop a woman from going into the White House, they put a representation of themselves in there, and they were all on board, right? Now they're all jumping ships, right? Mm-hmm. The issue is this, where we are right now in history is emblematic of the kind of leadership that comes from this kind of bravado, right? Mm-hmm. For better or worse, we are exactly where we are because of the kind of personality they have and they have put forward as the leader in America, right? Yeah. And so, like, I find it fascinating. Obviously, we're in a war, girl, and so I can find this fascinating all I want. The options are not great right now. But as we think about sort of how to move forward, we should maintain that the support of Trump and Trump himself represents what the Manosphere deems to be the epitome of manhood. And then take that and see where we are led by that. And think for yourself, is that the kind of world I want to live in? Because I do not, for a second, think that we should diminish the political engagement as something as a side quest for the Manosphere, but rather that it is a function of the Manosphere. The Manosphere has become a conservative wet dream, and this is the dream we're living. It's a nightmare for all of us, but it's their dream. The world we now have is their dream.
Right. And if I could piggyback off of that, the fact that Trump invited these influencers like Andrew Tate and Justin to the White House legitimizes them for the political sphere. And so now a lot of these guys could have faded away to obscurity with the rest of the Manosphere, but this crossover was, like you said at the beginning, intentional, very specific, and he invited these people to legitimize that portion of the Manosphere social media landscape that these men have. These men have a lot of pull for these young men out there, and he utilized their connection to those men to reinforce his conservative ideals and his conservative values, whether he actually values them or not, to help him get to the position that he's at and reinforce the position that he's in right now. You're muted, Themis.
Trump's lack of intelligence is emblematic of them people. Intelligence is still emblematic of them people in the Manosphere. They operate the same way, right?
They're one and the same,
yeah. While they do not control where the manosphere as a machine is aimed, because they don't have the intellect to do it. The manosphere is just as political as it is about gender. It is just as racial as it is about gender. It is just as economical as it is about gender. It is just as men victimhood as it is about, yeah. Right? And so I think it would be really silly of us to not fully engage with how the manosphere has been and is going to shape men's engagement and involvement in politics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think for all it's worth, for all the warts that I think the documentary has, it does highlight for us a cohesive narrative, I believe, if we're willing to put in the work to fill in the blind spots for what these men are doing, how it fails, and if we look outward in society to see the success of the manosphere, is this the world that we want to live in? And I think the answer fundamentally for me is absolutely not. So that's that on that. And it's not like, oh, Trump represents the manosphere, but he can't do anything. No, he has the Supreme Court, the legislative branch, and the executive branch. It's a chop. Y'all failed. Now we're at war. So, yeah. That's that on that. Again, I will bring back the idea of sympathy because of the system we're under. But when I think about Sneako, HS, yeah, TikkyTokky, and Myron, they're trying to fit in a world they don't belong, and ultimately a world that will evict them if they are successful on their quest. The issue is they're reliant on the social justice warriors and women to not let these men win. For them to exist and have power in this world, they actually have to continue to have a world where women and men are pushing back against the degeneracy in the manosphere. Because if white supremacy win, Myron, girl, it's a chop. It's a chop. Sneako, girl, it's a chop too.
And that's why. And that's why it's very hard. I think you kind of hit a ceiling in the manosphere if you're not white.
Yeah.
As much as you try to, as big as you think you can try to be, as much as you try to be the token, even in the Republican political sphere, you're gonna hit a ceiling because they racist at the end of the day. So Sneako, Myron, any of these other, I saw a couple other black manospheres on the fringes trying to make their way in. It's not gonna happen.
He says feminism pushes people to be more conservative. There's some corrections I would add here. Feminism pushes weak, useless, degenerate, disgusting, weak, nothing a B words of people to be conservative. Agreed.
Yeah.
That's the statement. This one they didn't even care to include him.
Oh, wait.
We didn't even hear that man's voice.
Before we get to coconuts, there's another comment that seems very odd in the chat. We can go forward. I'll tell you who it is, and you can decide if you want to give that.
Someone keeps spamming in the chat. I don't understand what. Let's ignore it. I'm gonna take your comments off. Do not block that person. Good for engagement. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, coconuts. It
is wild that they didn't even like.
You know why? I feel like because Myron will say he can't be talking. He talked too much. We got to keep it tight. Coconuts can't be trusted. He talked. He didn't already got in trouble. He's probably on like some type of don't speak unless spoken to type stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to add a segment for him, but when I heard Myron was in, I just assumed Coconut would be there too, and he was. And I was like, oh, Louis was that girl? Absolutely not wasting a film.
He was there, but
he might as well have not been. He might as well have not been there.
He was in
I
the
think
back.
that was the most disrespectful thing Louis could have ever done.
You want to know what's even more disrespectful? I did not even realize that Coconuts wasn't really in it until you said something.
Yeah, no,
Like,
because they're like twin flames or whatever. So they're like waiting for Coconut to pop up, and Coconut wasn't there. So I'm like, dang,
he was in the
Coconut.
background, like he was there. Like I remember seeing him.
Yeah,
They
and
never
they didn't ask
engaged
him
with
a
him.
question. They didn't follow him. Ain't nothing about
Yeah.
nothing. I was like, damn.
After what happened between him and that woman, I think Myron put him on a don't speak unless spoken to status.
because that was a
got them
train
into
wreck.
trouble. Yeah, he didn't got them into much trouble.
He really
Yeah.
did.
So I don't think these men were useful. One of them had a career before this, but all of them were just kind of useless, honestly. And that's just that on that.
Let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
For Myron, I've been
No,
very
I don't care. Don't care. Do not care. One of them had a career, and that's just that on that. I don't know which one don't care, which one not going to engage with which one.
No, I'm curious. I would really love to know because he lies so much.
No. I'm not. I don't know. Don't know
how
her.
much of this stuff is real.
Don't know her. Do not know her.
Yeah.
Know nothing about these men. Will not know anything about these men. Just know one of them had a career, and that's it.
Yeah, I would love to. That's going to be an interesting expose.
Yeah. I mean, he couldn't. I'll explain why it's true in the back, but it doesn't matter. I do not care. All right. Any final thoughts? Oh, we did it in under 3 hours, period. Actually, didn't think I would get all my thoughts out, so that's good. We can go into the after show. Unless you guys want to wrap something up before we go into the after show.
Nope, I'm good. We can go into the after show.
All right. My opinion on the documentary hasn't changed, but I do understand that a lot of people thought that it was useful to get us into the discussion. Please remember to like the video. I do need it. Also, if you can hype the video, that would be great. This video will be staying up. Yeah. Anything?
Oh, we were on our best behaviors today.
We were.
I love that.
For the jealous community, know that my foot stays firmly on your necks. And it is what it is. I will not apologize. So you guys can keep unsubscribing and then resubscribing when you've worked through your jealousy. Jealousy is not a good thing.
You're funny.
Like people annoy me talking about some foolishness like, oh my God, you should let people be and feel their emotion. You're talking about jealousy, you degenerate. Like, please get out of my face.
Yeah, that I was surprised. I was surprised by how many people wanted to argue about it.
Mm-hmm. You see, Angie came out and spoke up.
She did. Who? Yeah, I remember I sent you the thing.
I'm not gonna play it because I want to stay within the documentary's framework. But yeah, period.
Wait, Myron's ex?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
She came out and she was like, "No, ma'am, I do not eat green eggs and ham." She said she did not want to be a part of the documentary. But she signed the papers without reading it. And I was like, oh, well, I guess you wanted to be a part of the documentary.
All right. Sounds like you agree.
Right. Like, I was like, girl, what do you mean? You want to watch something real quick?
The idea, yes. But the idea of like people like signing stuff without reading it in 2026 seems very crazy. You know what I mean? Like someone put, hey, here's a document. Here, sign this. That seems very obvious. Like, okay, sign, and then that's it. That seems crazy.
Did y'all see this video? No. Did you see this video? But did you see this video? We're not gonna watch all of it, but like when this man started talking, I got stressed. What do you think the problem is? Let me ask. Hilo, one guess. What do you think the problem in this video is?
I won't say because I've already seen it, so I won't say.
Oh, never mind. DJ, what do you think the problem is?
I think somebody's in a clear closet.
You've watched it?
I have not watched it. I'm literally just looking at his face.
Oh, that's insane. That's insane. Why would you think someone is gay based on their face?
Who said gay? Who said that? All I said is that he's in somebody's closet. He could be hiding. Who knows? It could be a literal closet.
Period. Absolutely not, girl. Nobody doing that. Y'all think Kendra really believe what she doing? Y'all really think Kendra thinks she's setting people up?
She don't care. She's on her HS TikkyTokky. She's like, listen, as long as I make some money.
I hope so. 'Cause if she really believed in this, that would be insane. If she believed this, it would be insane, girl. Go ahead and make your money, though.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Yeah, Themis, I can't hear it either.
Oh, someone was echoing. So when I unmute, you're gonna echo.
Oh.
So just remind me to mute.
Okay.
Person available on iPhones and Android phones.
Is that better?
Let's see. Where you calling me from, Dave? I think so.
I'm from Detroit.
Detroit. How old are you?
I'll be 40 in July.
Okay. So what's your zodiac sign? Cancer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
How you
Cancer.
guess that?
Huh?
How you guess that?
Because it's July. So either you're a Cancer or a Leo.
Sorry.
How you gonna tell this woman the month of your birth and then figure out, oh, how you guess that, girl?
Muted.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm a manager at one of the big three.
Okay, manager of one of the big three. What's the big three? I'm sorry.
Automotive manufacturer.
Okay, automotive.
Is that something we know? Is that something we just know?
Absolutely not.
No,
Absolutely
it's not. I was like,
And I'm
wait, what
tired of him
industry?
shooting up his little lips. Like he's so mad and he's so bothered and he's so disturbed and just making me mad.
I'm a manager at one of the big three. What, girl? The big three what?
Each industry has its own big three, big five, whatever you want to call it. So that's just a strange thing to say.
Right. Like, I don't even know what industry you're in telling me the big three.
Themis, you didn't know I was part of the lower 12?
Just
saying stuff like he's just talking.
He's just talking to talk at this one. Period. Let it go, Queen. I mean, sir.
Detroit. So what's the big? There's a big line in Detroit.
You say what?
Okay, one of the big three. We'll let it go. Have you ever been married?
Nah.
Never married. All right, so we got Dave Detroit, never married, 40, is a Cancer, no kids, a manager of the big three. I think we have it all. Dave, what kind of woman are you looking for?
Honestly, like I've been messing with guys.
You don't say.
Like, I was gonna be like, when she was like, "What kind of woman you looking for?" He looked at her like, "Oh, woman."
Girl, like Kendra, girl, why are you playing in this man's face? Like, you could have just been like, "No, what kind of person you looking for?"
Woman.
You know what? Period.
This man sitting over there smelling his own top lip over and over, just arms crossed, just.
He probably didn't have any chopstick because them lips dry. So if my lips were that dry, I would be looking too.
Yeah, but he's tooting them.
I think that's just how he lips it. They just hang.
I think it's a gesture.
You think so?
Yeah, he's trying to find his
DJ, is it giving too? Let's be careful so we don't have to private this. Actually,
Right, we did real good today, guys. We did real good.
We were all very professional today. We were all very professional.
We literally are going to have to private the live stream after 2 more
We're
minutes.
very
No.
secure,
Let's reel
very dating.
Let's reel it back in. Let's reel it back in. But it was the lips pursing that gave it away for me, for sure. Yep.
I don't feel lips pursing. His lips just look like they're hanging a little.
Like specifically when you paused right before you were about to play, like that image, I was like, okay, sister, hey girl.
Yeah,
hey, sister.
He was like it's like he's blowing kisses, but he don't need his hand up. You know what I mean?
Period. Love
It's
it.
giving homophobic.
It's
No.
what?
I said, I don't know where you're getting that. This is acknowledgement, right? This is an observation. I have yet to give my opinion.
Okay, look at Kendra pretending she's surprised.
Girl, Kendra, don't piss me off.
Kendra always does that. You notice how she feigns ignorance a lot.
Yeah, the entire time.
Yeah, she does it a lot.
Unless you're a woman with high standards.
Oh yeah, then she's gonna drag you.
Then she's
gonna
gonna
drag you.
Yeah.
To be honest, right now, like in my life, I don't know if it's my age, you know, me now.
You don't know if it's your age that makes you gay, girl.
Listen,
No, that makes him want to switch over to the women.
Yeah,
That's what you
he's
mean.
involved. No, he's saying that like he's been involved with men, and now as he's gotten older, he realizes that maybe there's something over there with the women, and maybe there's something he would like to explore.
All right, let's see. So his age making him straight. Got it.
Yes.
What I like, when I kind of go for what I like or what I want, I don't never get from it what, you feel me? Like,
No, girl, what did you just say? Wait, let me reload come again. I don't know what this man just said here. What I feel and what I like is not what I get and what I am and who I
He's trying to
be.
get that gay demon off him. You know what I mean?
Listen, the men's are not panning out. The man is single at 40. Like, I feel like it's clear as day what he's saying. He's like, okay, I'm getting older. I'm getting more desperate. It's time to go on back home now. Otherwise, I ain't going to stand a chance.
Right, we can't all be bottoms forever, you know?
Stop.
You gotta move on, move out, grow up. He's growing up. He's growing up. Getting that gay demon
I
off
love
him.
that for him.
I love it.
Can someone translate this for me, please? Thank you.
Mhm.
But to be honest, right now, like in my life, I don't know if it's my age, you know, me now kind of knowing what I need and what I like. And when I kind of go for what I like or what I want, I don't never get from it what, you feel me? Like what I need.
Okay, no, I could translate. I could translate.
Yeah, I get it.
What he's saying is, I'm tired of getting my back blown out, but nothing else. I want love too. That's what he's saying.
He's
And he
tired
ain't
of
getting
being
no love from the man.
treated like a boss. He's
I
tired
ain't
of
gonna
being
be on
treated like
camera
that.
for this. Y'all play entirely.
He's tired of the disrespect that comes
Y'all
along.
play
with being a
y'all
boss.
just
Listen,
playing in
it's
my
giving-
face.
Men
It's
are
giving-
so disrespectful.
It's giving verse at best. So let's just be very clear here.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Not
giving
I
verse
feel
at
like
best.
this is like y'all shaving bottoms, and
It's
that's not
given
something we do.
exclusive bottoms, but like I get it. Like
We're done.
wants to
We're
be
done
felt-
here.
he
We're
wants
done
to,
here.
He wants to be felt.
We're done
He
here.
wants to feel like a princess.
We're
you know,
done
he-
here.
Listen, I have
better.
profound respect for
We
bodies.
are
I
done
have
here.
profound respect.
I love
We're
that. I know a couple
done
black
here.
women I could hook him up with actually.
We're
Look,
done
he's just
here.
trying to get himself a nice little lavender
We're
marriage. Listen, I'm
done
all
here.
for it.
Yeah, a lavender
We're
marriage for
done
sure.
here.
I love the transparency.
are
No
done
lie.
here.
Well, how?
Yeah.
Done we
Why?
are. We're
I don't know
done
what you
here.
mean. I don't know what you mean.
Y'all are out of pocket.
I don't know
And
what you mean.
Themis,
Y'all
you
gonna
do
get
this
me
all the time.
dragged
You put
across
us.
YouTube.
No. You gonna get yourself dragged because you brought this to us and you asked us to
But
watch
hey,
it.
nobody asked us to talk about bottoms and tops and verse. Who asked that?
That's
It's
very
it's part of the
important
discussion.
to the gay community. That's very
They-
important. We have to talk about these things.
We have to
There's
know.
issues within this community that we must discuss. He's having a hard time.
Because if he was a top, he would not want to go back to women.
He's having a hard time. If he was a top, he'd already be with women, DJ.
Oh, true. He would have
know,
never really come out for real. He would just be
I don't
BL.
know.
He would have never
Yes.
needed to.
This is an uncultured, uncivilized conversation that is
Period.
not informed. It's
Oh yeah,
given-
no, because we were supposed to have a cultured conversation about Kendra G. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, period.
Oh.
I've kind of grown a lot. So to be quite honest, I'm just really looking for a connection. I'm looking for somebody who kind of knows themselves, honesty, and to kind of know where they want to go, have some type of ambition.
Yeah, get out of my face. I'm done.
This doesn't make
I'm
sense because
Colin.
she asked what kind of woman you're looking for, and then you say, I've only been with men, and then you go into what you're looking for. You still haven't told us that, like, hey, I want to be with women now. I'm lost. What do you want? Who do you want?
No, I think there are people who just like hearing themselves talk. And there are people who, if you don't respond, they will keep talking because they don't know when to stop. It ramble. And I think he's just like a rambler. Like, I think he's just rambling at this point.
He's probably nervous too, being on the live. Yeah.
Tell you what, his lips dry.
Nervous. He's really nervous.
Goals, for real.
Ooh, Dave, I didn't see that one coming. So are you looking for a guy or a woman or anybody with a pulse?
Don't do me, Kendra. Come on now. Honestly, like like I've done, not to kind of overshare, but like I've done like 10 years in prison and
Lord,
Jesus, my finances.
Dave, come on, Dave, come on.
Jesus.
We were rooting for you.
I was like, you know what, Dave? You're transparent. You're you're not trying to keep it from the girls.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? This could work. This could work, Dave. But now the decade in prison. Come on, man.
Jesus.
Is that what? Never mind. Let's see.
Shady as hell.
Yep.
Shady as hell.
Shady. You're super shady. You're super shady.
do me, Kendra. Come on now. Honestly, like like I've done, not to kind of overshare, but like
Girl, why would you share this? I mean, you should, period. But like, it feels gratuitous like this. Well, like, why are you telling us? Maybe I think Kendra pay these people to come on. Ain't nobody gonna convince me Kendra don't pay these people to come on.
No, I think
No,
they a lot of these people probably don't have someone to talk to that's not a friend or whoever. If they feel extra comfortable on these little spaces. I don't know why, but they feel extra comfortable.
10 years in prison and I got like 14 felonies. So for my life to be
All right, hang it up, Dave. Hang it up.
Oh, he said the only love I know is in prison, Kendra. The only love I know.
14 felonies.
More felonies than the amount of years you did in prison. I didn't even know that that's possible.
He winning. Oh, that's a win.
He has a good lawyer.
He beat the system, period.
Ate that right on up, in the words of Kilo.
Yeah, ate that right on the he was eating all kinds of stuff, period.
Listen, you cannot say you were blindsided by this man. This you cannot say. So, period.
Oh, wait. He's a felon and he's a manager at the Big Three. Trust me. He's
Love.
killing it. Listen.
He changed, y'all.
I love this for him. I love this for rehabilitation. Go ahead, girl.
We love a felon in the chat.
I've kind of messed over women and men, and I've grown. And then I don't know if it's the karma I got back. And then I kind of got.
Girl, you are a felon. What do you mean karma? How did karma? You know what? We're not going to do it. Period. Karma.
That's where I was just with one person, and then that person. Now I'm noticing how they doing me, how I did somebody. If that makes sense. And it's like, I don't know. Like I'd rather be by myself before I just, you know what I mean? So I need.
Yeah. What is it?
All right, I'll translate again. People are starting to do him the way he used to do other people. Correct. So now he'd rather be single, but yet he's on Kendra G. I feel like he just thinks women would do him differently. Men have been doing him dirty.
And I don't want to hear nobody in the chat talking about him being in prison because having a felony is not a problem for y'all. So I don't want to hear it.
Stop.
I don't want to hear it. It's not a problem. So I don't want to hear it.
having one might not be, but 14. Let me start. Let me try.
There's a limit, right? There's a cap to the amount.
People change. He talking, he realized the error of his ways. He got a job.
Will I get with a woman? Yes. I want kids. Will I get with a man? Yes. Right. But honestly, how I've been feeling lately, I don't know if that's realistic for somebody with my aesthetic.
Okay, couple.
Okay, what is your aesthetic? Get her out of pocket. She's not asking the right question because
No, Themis, you tell us what is his aesthetic.
I don't know what his aesthetic is.
The DJ, tell me, what is his aesthetic?
No. What do you think he thinks he's giving?
Homeless felon?
No. What do you think he thinks he's giving?
Oh, trade.
I think.
Sorry.
I think he thinks he's giving corporate elite white collar. I think that's what he thinks he is.
Oh, wow.
Because he's a manager now, y'all.
Yeah,
He's a manager.
Wow. Oh, he's part of the upper crust.
We're done. I think we're done.
Oh, he's part of the upper crust.
I think if we continue to watch this, we're gonna end up having to private.
No. I don't want us to do that. I don't want us to do that.
I guess if we private it, we can cut out the first part and post tomorrow.
True.
We don't need to private. Everything is fine. It's fine.
No, the way things are going, it's not giving. It's gonna be. I feel like if I continue to, maybe that's the worst of it. It can't get any worse.
This is a 30-minute video.
Themis is so funny.
Well, first of all, I appreciate your transparency. It takes a lot of courage to come on my show and to be as transparent as you. I got a couple of questions. Before you went to prison, did you date men?
Nah. I was
His origin story.
Shut up, pocket. Kendra should not have asked that question. Kendra should not have asked that question.
His origin story. That's where he found himself, period.
Stop.
17.
You were 17.
I was 17.
Oh.
I had a girlfriend. And then my first sexual experience with a man, I was like 19.
That was inside prison.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He was there for 11 years. Of course, it was 10 years. When he at 17, of course, it was inside prison if he did it at 19.
Do you feel as though prison made you desire men, or like is?
No, prison don't do that. It just like with money, it make you more who you are. I think it made.
Oh, period. So y'all heard him.
Money.
Y'all heard him.
Prison is like money. It makes you more of who you are. That's insane.
No, I love it. I love it. He really ate. He really ate that.
A poet of our generation. A scholar.
He ate that up.
He talking good. He talking right.
Kendra, your very next question should be: were you attracted to men before prison?
I think that's what he's getting at.
Yeah, but ask him explicitly.
He said, no, he said he's always been this way. He always been bisexual. It's just he wasn't cornered in a way that made his bisexuality come out. And now he got to experience something new. Like prison really like exposes you to a different lifestyle. And then you become who you really are. He's spitting for real.
Made me understand that I'm more of a spiritual person. Right?
Period.
Wait, did y'all not realize I already talked about EJ? I talked about EJ at the beginning.
Defined by what I do, right? There has to be a little bit more substance. So, if anything, I became more spiritual. Right?
And when you become more spiritual, you
become more gay.
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
Listen, he became more in touch with who he was. That's it. The women's were removed. The men's remain. And he's like, you know what? Let me take a piece.
I like. Yeah,
let me take a little piece.
Out the women here, this ain't so bad, actually.
Like, I'm gonna be all right. 10 years is a long time.
Yeah. Period. He said once you become more spiritual, once you become more connected in who you are, you start to like butt.
I'm disgusted.
He's the poet. He's the poet.
Becoming more spiritual don't make no kind of sense. Like, who asked him this? Why are they talking about being more spiritual?
I don't know why we're tying in him discovering his sexuality and spirituality, but it goes hand in hand for sometimes, so
Yeah.
Like that self-love that's required, right? And just doing the work on myself.
Okay. Another thing you mentioned is you want to have kids. So I think some things, sometimes, and I've had this a couple of times. I've had men that have been on the show and that might be bisexual or gay, but because they're ready to be a father, they now desire a woman. Is that the case for you?
Nah, because it's a lot of females who would love to have my child.
Period.
put him in prison.
Confidence.
I want him in prison. All the women who would love to have your child, I want them locked up. I want names.
Why?
I want names because I'm trying to see something.
Here's one.
No, why you put this on me? No, tell me why somebody in the comment section was like, "What woman would want a man with 14 felonies?" And it. Hello.
Literally, all he has to do is go to the church.
I was about to say, hello.
All this man has to do is go to church and say that God changed him, and he will be married.
And he's gonna be married in less than 24 hours.
We literally just showed the pastor who said he was been sleeping with like men throughout his whole life and then got married in the church. Period. So like it is what it is. Very easy.
And when he said, "I know women who would have my children," I believe him.
Yeah.
I ain't pressed. I'm just telling you what my ambition is, right? I was one who kind of started loving myself later in my life. So I'm believing I can have whatever, right? But I got to do the work within myself. And I feel like I've been attempting, right? I've been attempting. And
who is this man talking to? He keeps looking everywhere, but at Kendra, at the camera. Like, who is he talking to?
He got a spirituality live going in the back for other people who have their bisexual awakening.
Now it's just like I got everything I want, but that's what's missing.
Okay, so I was being joking, but let me get clarity. Who are you looking for tonight? What gender?
I don't even know if I can answer that because I don't.
Jesus.
My finances.
My finances. Whoa.
Yes, too deep. I'm on a dating show and I cannot answer if I want a man or a woman. That's
He said both of them. He said both of them.
But just say that. What do you mean you can't answer like both of them?
Yeah, both. I want all of it.
Like, that's deep. I wasn't prepared on this dating show for you to ask me if I want a man or a woman. Girl.
Like I'm honestly I'm open. It kind of, I don't know if it's
girl, we know.
Yeah,
sorry. Nope. Stop. Ain't no Let me take these comments off the screen for a second.
Nah, but it's really like I'm a spiritual person, and whoever I talk to, I pour into, I'm loyal to. I don't play no games. I don't need you for no money. I don't need you for anything, to be quite honest. I'm actually looking for someone who can lean on me, right? Where I have a
period. He a provider, girl.
Oh, period. And he's pansexual. Period. He said I can pour spirituality into anybody.
Period.
And provide. Oh, he about to eat. Oh, his DM's supposed to be flooded. Oh, okay.
Place when I'm kind of down, can speak into my life, right? The real stuff that matters in life. right? I don't want, you feel me? I don't want nobody to want me for my money, right? I don't want anybody that ain't
Yeah, check the back chat. You said flooded, and I had to.
strong enough to come.
Yeah, you're so messy.
Like, you know, and I've had that with women and men. So to be honest with you, like, I guess that's the debacle, right? Like,
Correct.
anytime I've been with a man or a woman, I've only been with that person. Like, that's sex. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like I want to be a dad and all that. Like, you know, for real, I want to travel the world with somebody. Like,
Girl, go get a therapist. I don't know why you're out here doing this. You go, man. I don't know. Girl, shut up and go get a therapist.
You're just mad because he's spitting poetry.
Look at Pinterest face.
Because he's very classy. Kendra, you ain't gotta look like that.
She had him kind of look at him like she's so over him.
I'm the only guy, like, from my situation with a passport, and I got to pay for everybody, or I don't go places, and I'm really wanting to live my life.
Okay. So if you got with a man and never became a dad, you're fine with that?
I couldn't be with nobody and not become a dad.
So if you got with a man, you guys would figure out a way to have a child?
Definitely.
And what way would that be? Would you get a surrogate or would you adopt?
Kendra.
Surrogate. I want my child to look like me.
Why? I mean, period.
Look like what? Look like what?
Period.
Superior genes, period.
Period. Great genes.
The most desired, period.
So no matter what, whether you get a man or a woman, you want to become a father.
Correct. And I would want them to want similar values.
Okay. Okay. So is it fair to say?
Wait, what's the value?
Value.
That's fine. I ain't
What was
gonna,
the similar value? I missed it.
Well, I guess children is a value in his mind, period.
Wanting him to look like the kids, period.
Men and women can reach out to you.
Correct.
All right. So now we got that clarity. Let's start. We need to start with the Kendra questions. What type of person, what qualities should the man or woman possess?
Oh God, ready for this deaf poetry, DJ girl? You ready for this deaf poetry? Why can't you go sit there, ask this man what kind and nothing he want? Here, let's go. The birds and the trees, girl. Let's get it.
You desire.
Self-insight.
Woo!
Period, girl. You better eat.
Self-insight.
A good listener. Something like that. Really, for real. I hear people talking right there, like, I want this, I want that. And when you get it, it ain't really what you want. It's like a new car.
Sorry, I just don't understand him. Like, I don't understand I don't understand how he thinks at all. Like, I'm very confused by him.
It just seems like he hasn't given much thought to what he wants outside of her just being a woman, because he just assumed that would just be a better experience. And he's kind of sort of right, because we already know about the socialization. That's just what it seems like. He hasn't
impregnate some woman and then go back to a man.
Yeah, that's what it's like. He just wants to have kids.
Yeah. And it also feels like, sometimes it's strange, but there are people who really think that they're really intelligent. And that they really think they spitting some hot shit.
It's intelligence, but I agree. Like, they think they're deep.
Yeah,
like,
he thinks he's spitting some real shit, like some real deep stuff right now.
I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna wait because I let me show you what he's giving. This is the kind of person he is. Sorry, it's gonna take 2 seconds. I apologize in advance. Not you yawning in my microphone.
Sorry.
I had to hide mine too.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
Oh God.
Soon as something touches my tongue, as soon as I can taste it.
Really? Really, Tyra?
Unlike the rest of us who do what? What do y'all do when the food hits y'all tongue?
Like, and she thought she aimed. She thought, listen to how, I'm going to play it again, but listen to how she like,
She thinks
that is the problem.
She think you gonna listen to that and be like, damn, I ain't never did that before. Your food, you taste the food as soon as it hits your tongue. It takes me like 2 days. That's crazy.
Me too.
As soon as something touches my tongue, as soon as I can taste it.
As opposed to what?
As I walked outside, I'm outside. Yeah. As soon as I sat down, I was seated.
Yeah, like what?
I felt the chair.
I was quiet.
Like, away.
Ooh.
I would love to see the interview.
Sarah thought she was.
As soon as someone speaks, I hear them.
I want to know what the interviewer replied to that. Like, what?
Oh, right. They probably pretend like it was profile. Like, oh my god! Like as soon, girl. So like as soon as you look, you see.
like as soon as you stop talking, it's quiet. Like, is that how? Just stupid shit. I hate shit like that. I hate when people talk like that.
She wants to be different so bad. Oh my god!
As soon as I touched, I felt like, girl, get out of my face.
I'm so ridiculous.
That's what he's giving.
Once you have it for a while, you're like, damn, I'm playing on this damn card, right? So, I want somebody who knows who they are, right? And is comfortable with who they are.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
I say a deal breaker for sure is just not knowing who you are, like a manipulator.
Jesus.
I got,
Why do I just feel, I can't help but feel like he keeps specifying, like he keeps emphasizing you need to know who you are because he's going to put your self-image to the test. Like the way, like he's going to continue to deal with other men and he needs you to be content with that. That's what I'm getting.
Does it give institutionalized? I don't know what that means, but it gives institution.
Every time. It's on your skin. You can't get rid of it every time.
Like, why are you looking around like you're looking for someone to come? Like, it's just
he trying to protect his food. I ain't mad.
I got really good discernment and path, so I can kind of, spot it.
I thought you said the man was dragging you through the mud. What do you mean you had good discernment? I thought you wanted a woman because the man was dragging you through the mud.
Just say anything. He's literally just saying anything.
But, I don't know if I got any. Yeah, I'll say that just no honesty, like not knowing yourself, no self-insight, no awareness.
Yo, she want to laugh so badly. I gotta give her some respect. I'm gonna give it to you, Kendra, because I would be on the floor. Ain't no way I can look at it. I could not look at this man while he talked.
You know what another interpretation of that could be? And I could be 100% wrong, and I'm willing to be wrong. But Kendra gives homophobic to me. She gives homophobia to me. And I think when these men say that, I think she immediately does not respect them. And I think she just be done with them. That's how
I don't know that she gives homophobia. I think she gives ignorance. But it could be the same thing that we're saying.
Yeah.
Also, I'm Jamaican. My threshold for homophobia is really high, so I'm not the. Yeah.
So who you are, people who feel before they think, stuff like that.
You feel, therefore you are. You think, therefore you are. He's a philosopher.
Yeah, a young Maya Angelou, if you will.
Yeah, a young Plato. I love it.
Okay. Should he or she look a certain way?
Why, Mike?
I think they should love themselves. I think that's a safe way to say it. I've kind of been with, on the spectrum, it's just really, again, it's just really about that anointing, that glow, that charge, right? I don't want to say, Kendra, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. And it's been the same thing I've been looking for, and it ain't got me nowhere, right? So at this point, I'm just, open to see somebody who knows who they are.
Okay. Do you have an age preference?
Somebody that got to be over 28.
Over 28
at least, yeah.
Could the guy be bisexual?
I mean, you could be who you are, right? But I'm not dealing with that.
It's not a bisexual discriminating against a bisexual.
The bi erasure is nuts.
He said, "Oh no, yuck! I don't want that."
He said, "You don't know who you are." Oh, so if you're not exclusively heterosexual or exclusively homosexual, in his mind, you don't know who you are. And maybe that's what he's getting at, that he wants an exclusively gay relationship with a man or an exclusively straight relationship with a woman. Maybe that's what he's getting at here.
Go for what you want, Kang.
Okay.
Right.
So you prefer if a man, well, aren't you bisexual?
No. What I believe I heard you say was, can they kind of like be fluid, right? Yeah, you could be who you are, but if it's me and you, it's me and you.
Okay. Well, the reason
monogamous.
I was gonna say,
got it.
Monogamy.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Could either the man or the woman have
I'm looking at her over here too. They like, why am I looking everywhere?
Could the man or the woman already be a parent? Could they have children?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because if I love you, I love everything that come with you.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Money. Should the man or the woman make a certain amount of money?
No, I've been broke before. So I don't,
Oh, period.
Listen.
Period.
Y'all better go snatch him
Y'all
up.
better go slide into them DMs.
Y'all could say what y'all want. This man finna clean up. He gonna clean
Get
up.
you a provider. He finna take care of you.
Up. Child.
Hustle is all that's necessary. So how you start and how you finish.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Shit.
Okay.
Step back over here. Hold on one second.
Look like you got some swag to you.
I mean,
All right, this flower right here, the couch, this gives a woman either lives here, put it together, or it belongs to a woman. Now, I could be wrong. It could be his style. His aesthetic physically and his clothing seems it feels like it's a juxtaposition happening between him and the apartment or home he's in.
I'm picking up on that a little bit.
It could be his, completely his, but it does feel different. Like the way everything is set up feels different from how he presents. So, but it just could be a thing.
He got paroled to his mama's house. What are we talking about?
Maybe she'll ask. Well, y'all already saw it.
You know what's annoying me? You know what annoys me? Some woman, as he stepped back, some woman was like, "Damn, he fine."
I wanted to zoom in on them clothes.
That's what makes me mad. Some woman saw him step back and was like, "Damn," because he looked like he's tall too. Oh, it's a chop.
The thing is, like, I'm looking at the couch and the texture of the couch. I don't know, because he's trying to be trade. It would be weird for him to have this setup. It does seem odd for him to like have this setup, particularly when he's trying to present overtly masculine. Like he is trying to the jean over the hood. It's I don't know. It just feels very different from the environment he's in.
No, 100%.
You make a good point actually, which is like if this is his place, he's cosplaying in his attire, but this place is really like who he is. If that's his place, yeah.
It's given like auntie's house, mama's house,
It's the flower right here, but who knows?
Also, before he turned the camera on the side too, I don't know. It definitely feels like a woman's like apartment.
If only we could zoom in on the clothes on the bed, we could have our answer.
I want to see before he moved the camera. I want to see what was over there again. But we can move on. It's okay. It's no big deal. We getting too involved in his life. He just wants some kids.
Explain. I think I went in trying to heal, seeing myself in somebody, the immature person. And I think I was losing myself in that situation. So, yeah.
When did you date a woman last?
Let's say about a year and a half, maybe 2-3 years ago.
Okay. Real quick, Fabulous Faces 5083 said, "Kudos to you for living your truth. I hope your dreams of becoming a father comes true someday." So she is saying that. Okay, Fabulous Faces 5083. So you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
What's today? Thursday? I say Monday.
Monday?
Yeah.
Whoa, was it a guy or a woman?
Why do you keep asking that?
Yeah, it's getting a bit much now.
No, this is important.
Why?
Wait, listen to his response. Ready?
Both.
I knew it! Listen.
I don't have anything to say.
He's a hot commodity, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you can take that back to the kitchen. Take that back to the kitchen. I'm not eating it. It's just we're done here.
Don't judge me. I'm supporting you, Kendra. I'm supporting you.
Listen, I'm not. Listen, I will say this. I try not to be.
Someone said it's not a 3 or 4, it's a 6 or 8.
Yeah. I can't.
That's funny.
Girl, we deep in the mess at this point. We gotta see how it turns out.
Judgmental on my show because I have that. Sometimes I am judgmental because I'm human, right? But I'm more shocked. This is not a judgment, it's a shock. Wait, so you had a threesome on Monday?
Yeah.
Neither one of them could be your new boo?
Nah, it was just, you kind of know already going in what it is, right? And so if it's something casual that I'm embarrassed to say that, but I wasn't gonna lie to you, right? But
you didn't have to answer. You could have said, "I'm not going to answer." That's the one question y'all cannot
lie? It's a flex to be honest, right? Like, if you can get your way by keeping it a buck, that's the way.
Fair enough.
Yeah, very fair.
It was Monday, and I think I was just trying to, the itchy and scratchy show. And after I felt like that's why I think the casual thing, like, ain't it for me. I don't know if it's the age, but like, I need intimacy. Like,
a casual.
I really hate him.
But that's the thing. I believe him that that was just a normal Monday.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild. That's the casual Monday, if you will.
Period. Listen. Look, well, hold on, because full circle. Didn't Justin's girlfriend say, like, as long as you telling me the truth? Clearly, telling the truth is working for him. So what's the problem? Yes. The girlies eat it up. The men too. They eat up some truth. That's why he had a threesome a couple days prior. It'd be like that.
Like they got down. Like they got down. You know what I mean? So yeah.
But you don't want that though.
Right.
But you don't want that though. Oh, they got down, baby. They was doing a little bit of this. But I don't want that though. I'm really looking for like some real shit.
I'm really looking for love.
At least not the woman. Like, I understand you not wasting your time with the man, but not even the woman made the cut. Okay, period.
Like these things, like these people don't make sense. They talk so like they so lost in the sauce.
No, but he's looking for somebody to take seriously. Like he'll lay down with you, but he won't take you serious. Like that's next level.
But DJ, it was some.
But that was 3 days ago. But that was on Monday,
and I don't know if it's the age but I'm really looking for something serious. You know what I mean? Looking for someone who they are, and they know
who you are.
am,
and I only want you, and you only want me.
Right. And you know who you are. I know who I am, and then together we know who we are.
Nosotros something. How do you say to know in Spanish? I forgot.
To know?
Well, conocer is like to be familiar with someone.
No, but you can say conocena. Do you know? Oh, it's to be familiar with something. Yes.
Yeah.
There's going to be several opinions, right? So we got a paid opinion.
Let's talk about it.
I'll let you see if you want to respond to it.
I trust you.
He said,
hey, look, they all in the matrix. I ain't worried about that. I'm looking for somebody who not in the matrix. You feel me? Doug.
So he a manosphere man at that.
No, he said he don't want you in the matrix. He wants you out of it.
Yeah, the manosphere man didn't want to get out of the matrix.
But he think he's saying something, Themis. That's no problem. Like, he will repeat what you say, but he think he's saying something deep. Like, get out of my face.
Yeah. How you in girl?
Gooses. But go ahead, I'm ready, Kendrick.
If I can find it. So
not he red-pilled girl. Lord Jesus.
It might be too hard for me to find. I see it, but in order for me to bring it on stage, and then that would just be because I'm scrolling.
Yeah, it was a Diddy party for sure.
Okay, this is the one.
What? Wait, what? Hold on, I just zoned out. What? How did we get here?
Yes, it was the Diddy party for sure. For sure.
What does that imply? What does that mean?
You said for sure.
Ooh, hold on. This person about to cook.
Most black males, Z, are down low. Says spiritually awakened men do not sleep with men. Leave women alone. We are not your incubators.
Well, that's respectful. I respect how they feel.
What? Absolutely not. Don't respect how they feel because she don't want you. Don't mean another woman won't.
He finna find his baby mama. Like, let's be very clear.
No. Not only that. Most black male, her specifically, gonna be in his DMs. Them the ones.
Spiritually awakened men do not sleep with men. Well, girl, the whole population is spiritually awakened.
I'm like, what that mean? What that mean?
She sound kind of like she's went through some things, and I'm sorry. But what I will say is, that's being a spiritual person. I'm honest with myself, right? I'm not religious. Like, I'm not going around here.
Girl, why y'all send him a super chat to put him on a dusty tangent?
Because he let it talk.
Girl, this man just go, yeah, I know. Wait, girl, ain't nobody care nothing about none of that. Next.
They're like, it ain't, I know it's the blood, you feel me? My thing is, if I could find a woman, I could be honest about what my past is, right? We forge a future together. We have to have similar paths, right? And just know I'm rocking with you. Like,
yo, the way he operates and moves, it's like I know that he was. Never mind. But like, it's very telling. Like, I don't know what it is about it. I actually cannot tell you exactly which gesture tells me something about what he has already said. But so a gesture told me he's been somewhere, and like I just know. Like, I don't know what it is.
Put it in the chat.
For real, like, I can have anybody to have their body, but I realized, like, if a man or a woman knew my mind, knew how I think, know where I've come from, like, there's no way you would only see me for sex. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so yeah. Pray for me about that down home, girl. Whatever her name was.
It was I took it off the screen, but okay, fair enough. All right, so we'll keep going. What are 3 flaws you think you have to work on?
Consistency.
Okay.
Continue.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
You ain't wrong, but you ain't right.
I believe in him. I believe in him.
He's someone future absent.
As we speak, if he's not already, don't let these men fool you.
I mean, because homegirl from the threesome might be pregnant.
Girl, he just told you he's not consistent, but you're looking for someone to settle down with.
Consistently inconsistent. I can't.
With self-love and
So him being fidgety don't tell you something. Him being fidgety don't tell you something.
He ready for somebody to walk up to him and ask him if he gonna finish that.
That's something.
help me out with the other one. Maybe figuring it out. Extra the holes.
Okay, and last question. Why would a man or a woman be lucky to be with you?
I say I've just done the work on myself. You know, I've
What?
been in the street.
Not last when?
Come on.
Today's Thursday. You were just acting wild on last Monday. What you talking about?
Keela, get out of my face.
What I do?
I thought you were gonna say something.
I was.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's 40. Yeah, no, you should have did that. Like, okay, so you were in prison from 17 to 27. That
So
means you
cut
had
those
13
out.
years.
No, you cut those years out. Those don't count.
No, I know that. I'm saying he had 13 years to figure things out. You should not still be figuring things out at 40.
You know, I've kind of been all around the spectrum, and I don't look like anything I've been through.
Oh, but you do. Oh, but you do, buddy.
Hey. He is a manager at a big 3. All right? So watch that mouth.
But you do.
Is the big 3 the Father, the Son, or the Holy Spirit?
No, because he's spiritual, but he's not religious.
There's a lot in me.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Stop. But it was a problem when we did it. Isn't that funny? Isn't that interesting?
The difference is I didn't say anything.
You didn't need to.
Ain't no
I
difference.
didn't say anything.
Ain't no
You
difference.
do not put that on me.
Ain't no difference.
A Taylor's oldest person, girl.
Give and to kind of share, right? And people know when I'm being very genuine, and I'm a very genuine person.
Okay. He's a very genuine person. Let me go to it. Now, all that being said, are you inside the Kendra G Singles dating app?
I just downloaded. I heard you say that to.
Yeah, this is y'all chance. We're gonna see his user ID name thing here. Just for y'all.
The other guy that was just on here.
Okay, did you make your profile yet?
No, hold on. Let me get a pen and the paper so I can write down the name you're going to do.
What's your favorite number?
Favorite number?
Yeah.
10.
That's so funny.
Tell me why I said the exact same thing.
Because y'all have problems.
No. And then my second run-up number would be 8.
I'm 14.
And y'all know why it would be 8.
Hey.
I don't know why it's 8.
Yeah.
Let me see if Dave Clark is taken. I feel like that was no. Make your username your name right here, Dave Clark. So you have your name, and then it's gonna ask username. Username is how they can search you.
Y'all get into it. Dave Clark, I don't know, long-term relationship, 39 manufacturing.
LGBTQ plus. You listen. You ain't gonna. He gonna tell you everything. He don't already told you
Wait.
everything.
No, that picture's not a bad picture, actually.
Listen.
This don't look nothing alike.
He got that
think
filter
that.
on. He got that smooth skin filter. Eyebrows look very much plucked and organized.
This look nothing alike.
The lips look moisturized. You just jealous.
Period.
He eating.
Make it Dave Clark. That's not taken. They can search you fast.
All right, babe. Can drop it.
This is it.
Oh, give it very much hood realness.
You being real, nigga. I love that.
A real nigga with a job.
Maybe he just
At a
like
big 3.
roses. Maybe these roses, like what's these, like 12 months? Remember those roses that stay for a while? It's still there. Maybe it's his place and he just like roses.
Wait,
like,
hold on. If he really, if he a hoe like he say he is, a woman definitely helped him decorate this place. If this,
no, that's what I said. Like,
yeah, that's gotta be it.
It's the aesthetic is very specific,
Mm.
down to this glass table.
Right.
In a
Gives
way.
very much a woman's touch for sure.
I ain't never seen a silver
Right.
glass table right in front of the furniture in a nigga house before.
Right. I got 2 bamboo.
Right, or it's a bunch of books
Like nobody got
with
time.
a wood plank on top of it. A clear table? Yeah, no.
Clear circular too.
Yeah, no.
Right.
No.
And this roses box on top is giving no, absolutely
No. Ain't nobody believing that.
I appreciate you. No, on some real talk. Like,
girl, why your lip dry in your pic? Never mind, girl. It's your thing.
I really appreciate you. Like, I'm not looking for, I don't know anything that I've seen on here for real like that, but I believe it's a lot of people who watching who can kind of hear me and understand what I'm saying. Similar paths, possibly.
All right, look at this clock, girl. You really think that? Never mind. I'm done.
That is not. No. I'm with you. The clock is the period at the end of the sentence. Absolutely not. Men do not buy stuff like that.
They don't. No.
And you know they're on the same page. So let's see what's up.
I want to say this. I respect anybody that calls my show because that takes courage in itself. Then to go beyond and be as transparent and honest as yourself, I mean, that takes a lot of courage to do because, you know, the world is judgmental. It just kind of is what it is. So I respect you for being as transparent.
No, you would. You would have that clock. I would expect you to have that clock. I wouldn't expect him to have the clock.
Aaron, you're absolutely right. Most people will never be that transparent. My show has taught me so much. And the biggest thing that it taught me is we're all different. And, you know, something might not be for you, but okay, it's just not for you. It might be for somebody else, though.
I take it as honesty, right? Like when they saying in the chat, like,
okay.
Girl, this is going on tangents. Girl, imagine actually dating this person. They're like talking. Girl, please stop talking. Like you have 2 minutes to stop talking because I'm gonna just walk out while you're talking.
You just gonna give him that conscious treatment? That's what you're gonna do?
Ain't nobody got time to listen to you babble on and on. Ain't nobody got it.
Feel that.
That to say, as much as you appreciate me, I appreciate you. And I always stand on. Listen, you know, you put it out there. Anyone that reaches out, they know what it is. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. I am aware that the thing about my show is because everyone's watching from all around the world. This is what social media did. Social media took people from their person, met a person like you, closing it. So you off of that, we all come from different, it looks like, if they already downloaded, Kendra G. And those, you're back, Dave? What happened?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So he came back. He's back. He back. Let's hear the update. I didn't see the update, so I'm happy. Wait, why is he in the same clothes? Did y'all notice that he's in the same clothes? Oh, they stepped away, it looks like. I might look. The hat is different. All right, let's see. The hat is different, but it's the same. Anyway,
I can't hear you though. Can y'all hear him? I can't hear you.
Hold on.
Can you guys hear him? Sometimes that happens.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Y'all can hear him?
So listen,
I
kind of went back.
Can y'all hear Dave? Y'all can hear Dave. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know why it does that. Okay, let me go to.
Understood how some of the women felt like it was some confusion or whatever, like what I was on. I don't think so. I think, of course, I would desire if I had the perfect life, right? I would want it to look like them books and shit. The books and stuff that's not real. But the reality is, you know, once you've had certain experiences, your taste and everything kind of changes, right? The way you have intimacy and all those other type of things, right? So it's not like I'm coming on here saying basically I've been dealing with guys and that's just not like, it's not that. But it's not because of unsuccess. It's because I believe I'm just finding where I haven't fit. I think it's important though for a man to tell a woman what's up, his background, what he been through, right? And because how else are you supposed to support somebody if you don't do that, right?
Yeah, we got a little delay. You can hear me fine, right? Okay. So let me say this. As much as I support your truth and respect your truth, there are going to be women who just could love you from who just find it that.
I think she said if you're spiritual, there's no way you would still want to be with a man. That's like, to me, like that's, to me that don't make sense, right? Because it's kind of like saying someone who was an alcoholic, now, they're in recovery and now they never want to drink, or, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just important and it's so freeing to be 100% yourself and who you are. And I'm gonna be honest, I ain't never had a woman turn me down. Never. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't never.
Period.
Been disrespected by a guy. I walk real heavy, Kendra, right? It's just, it took me this long to get here type shit. And, I appreciate you for sure. I tried to send some more money, but it wouldn't let me. But I appreciate it. But I think a lot of women need the education because more men could possibly feel comfortable.
Okay, yeah, this is where I'm a chop. It's a chop. First things first, that woman was dead wrong. You do not put your own perspective out there in that way by condemning everyone else. Say you won't date him, period. Fine with that. You also shouldn't be telling women to open up their mind and option. Absolutely not. They have a right to not date you in the way that you have a right to date whoever you want that is willing to date you. Ain't nobody got time. You're not about to sit up here and convince women that they need to date you. Absolutely not. Nope. You said you've never gotten a no. Stick with that. Stick with that.
I also hate when men say and maybe he's not about to say this, but they always say stuff like, "Oh, well, maybe if women were more accepting, men would do X."
Right? No. Like, I don't like that. But I also understand he's pushing back against a degenerate comment, talking about if you're not spiritual, if you were spiritual, you wouldn't be sleeping with men. That sounds like your spirituality, ma'am. Keep that to yourself and do not date him. That's very easy to not do. Dating him is very easy.
Yeah, like you don't define spirituality for other people. Like that's silly.
Right. But I don't like him trying to convince women to open their options to him. It's a chop, girl. Let it go.
We're in a culture where people are exposing and stuff, right? But in reality, people need healing. They need to understand their why and why they did this and why they did that, and then get at peace with that, right? So a lot of these women, they down low ones, and the ones the guys in the chat, they got a problem. You know what I'm saying? And so I just believe that people are in the fairy tale land. You got to believe what a man say, what he tell you, what he like, what he love, what he's in.
Absolutely not. Do not believe these men. Do not believe these men. There's a chap, girl.
These men be lying.
Right. He probably lying right as we speak.
Don't read into it. If he's into you, he's there. If he's not, if you're confused, you're not, right? I'm just wanted to say, Kendra, is this girl from Africa, from Ghana? That's not real. You said don't trust the Africans.
So if you guys are wondering what's going on, I do have it because he has men like you that are not.
It's not that I'm at peace.
All right, girl, you're annoying me now. This we're talking through the phone thing is not for me. It's a chap, so I'm just gonna move on.
And I'm not gonna lie,
what is this, Kilo?
So apparently they're from Pop the Balloon. They match.
All right, and then this is the last thing.
Okay.
My feelings hurt a little bit because I'm like, dang,
what you breaking up with her? What do you mean? Like, what happened? Like, what did you say?
I told her like, hey, I really enjoy you, but I'm just not really sure, about us continuing to talk. And I just don't think that this is something that's working for me right now.
Okay.
I texted her that on like a Wednesday or something like that. And then she didn't respond. It's like Thursday the next day. And I didn't go off on her or anything like that because I could have ghosted her. I could have just not said anything, but I was like, I took the time to at least say something.
You already told me. You already pre-warned me though. Like you had already told me. So
no, you're absolutely in the right. I'm just telling you my mindset. I was completely wrong, and like even responding the second time, I was just like, wow, like that says something about you if you don't even have enough respect for me to respond, and that wasn't right for me to say because that was making a statement about her character, and she honestly was very nice the whole time. It was uncalled for.
He sent her a text.
As a response,
saying
and I'm not
he
gonna lie.
wasn't interested, and then he's mad, or it sounds like he said to her like that was messed up that she didn't respond.
Yeah, if you text me that you're not interested, I'm like, oh, okay, bye. Like I'm not gonna like I may or may not respond. Like, what do you respond to that? Thank you for letting me know. Like, I mean, I guess you could say thanks for letting me know. Like, I don't know. Like, what am I gonna do?
You respond by chasing.
I think it's weird to make it a whole thing that she didn't respond when you could have just understood that maybe she didn't because her feelings were hurt. Like you don't deserve a response for that. To feel like she could have wrote you back, fair, but like to speak on it and to draw the conclusion that now she's the bad guy for not responding to you is weird. When she could have cursed you out, like that could have been a response, and she instead chose to not respond at all. What's the problem?
Right. Two things before I go. The first is leave Tiana Taylor alone, you dusty, disgusting, degenerate, racist piece of you know what. I don't like it. Even coming from Black people, it is weird. Stop. Please stop. I'm not even the biggest fan of Tiana Taylor, but I do like that she's rising and she's doing what needed to be done. She's giving body, face, clothing. She's eating the girls up. Leave that girl alone. Two, yes, Sinners is not the greatest movie. Point blank, period. Sinners, however, is the best movie of the lineup that was at that Dusty Oscar. So let's not play these games. Timothy Dusty Main should not have won nothing. And the fact that y'all are up here dissecting whether or not Michael B. Jordan can act is not up for conversation right now. We can get back to that next year. Like, I'm not about to sit here and downplay the fact that he plays twins and ate that up and he won. And we don't care.
Yeah, we really don't
care. Like, stop trying to, like, the psyop is to get us to dissect whether or not he deserved it. If Dusty Main was up there talking about the ballet and the opera caused him to, I don't care. Michael B. Jordan won. He won. It is it. That's it.
Yeah.
The Tiana Taylor thing feels like respectability politics, and I can't get behind it.
I don't mind conversations that are about being vulgar or outrageous. I don't see it, but I do agree. Like when we're trying to police her and say, oh, this is not the BET Awards or Waffle House, you done lost your mind.
Yep. That's the problem. They're always making it seem that you have to, as a Negro, you have to act a certain way in front of white folks. I can't stand it.
Girl,
mind you,
she could have cartwheeled all the way up to that stage, and I would not care. Please get out of my face. Talking about this. This is not Waffle House, girl. Are you
mind
dumb?
you, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was a white man that said like it was BET, but it was a Black woman that said this isn't Waffle House. It's insane that a lot of the Black people speaking on Tiana Taylor sound like the racist whites. That is a problem.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't like it. Like I shouldn't have to be telling anyone to shut up about
Not
this.
in 2026. Not in 2026. I cannot believe this is still a conversation.
Like, let white people crash out if they want to crash out, girl. Like, ain't nobody care nothing about none of that.
Right.
She's
mind you,
be there and she deserves to be there. Point blank, period. Get out of my face.
Mind you, I was actually looking at TikTok that highlighted all like a bunch of skirmishes that happen between white people, and it doesn't go viral. They be fighting, they be smacking each other, all kinds of stuff at these award shows. It doesn't go viral. Nobody cares. As soon as a Black woman does something or a Black person does something, then we got to talk about what the time and the place and the outfit and how old you are. All this other BS. Like, I don't live my life through the eyes of whites. I am so sorry. I don't know what to tell you. And a lot of Black people do, and it's really annoying.
Like, I get that you had to police yourself and each other for survival once upon a time. Please get out of my face.
Yeah.
And not 2026, girl.
No.
It's a chop. You're going to piss me off every single time. Like, oh, she was beside Leonardo. I don't know who they didn't say Leonardo. They said some white woman, actually. She was.
Like, why do we care?
I care, girl. If you think the behavior is bad, you think it's bad, period. Do not tell me she was in front of whomever. Girl, get out of my face.
Yeah, that's why you can't entertain these conversations. It's not real.
Like,
they literally are saying you made us look bad in front of white people. That's what they're saying. I am so sorry, but that's exactly what they're saying. White people are looking at us, girl.
The idea that this is not a Waffle House is very racially coded, and y'all are degenerate for doing
100% racially coded. 100%.
And to the jealous community, girl, hang it up. It's a girl. You failed.
Didn't they do this with Dochi? Didn't they do this with Dochi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Until y'all dragging people for the Epstein file, girl, ain't nobody got time. Like, we're watching rich white men eat children in the Epstein. Like, didn't you read that they were eating children? They were eating children. Eating children.
Yeah, this is what y'all want to talk about.
Get out of my face.
This is what y'all want to talk about.
And isn't it funny though that like they're so worried about what the whites are thinking when representatives of the Oscars sided with Tiana when it came to the guard pushing her?
Oh yeah. So now you're over there twerking for Massa, and Massa is siding with the Black woman that you're you're fighting against.
Like a plum fool.
Just dumb. Oh, maybe she shouldn't have gone in there because the security is there. Shut up. Shut up.
Ridiculous.
Ooh.
She was nominated.
And
she was invited.
Someone was like, "Oh, you can tell by the way she wasn't supposed to go." The Oscars apologized. Now what?
Now what? Yeah. Are you?
If you had shut up and ate your food, you wouldn't be looking dumb now, making videos talking about. If you look from this angle, girl, shut up.
And they're not going to take back what you said either. They're not going to take
racist people aren't going to stop being racist because you know how to act demure and mindful.
Correct.
If they were racist, they're going to continue to be racist. Not how you act, it's who you are that they dislike. Shut up. Right. Do not add to their foolishness.
Because let's be clear, the only reason why y'all are hopping on this bandwagon is because Tiana Taylor is yet another Black woman whose success just skyrocketed once she dropped that dead weight, which was her Black ex-husband.
No, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that talk. That ex-husband never mind.
Correct.
Though half of those people in the room were at Epstein Island, but they're policing her. Girl, the way the Epstein files highlighted for me the level of depravity and degeneracy at the highest level of white that I've ever known. Don't come to me talking about there was someone was like, oh my God, I forgot this gay content creator who is like conservative. Let me show you his opening. What is his name? Ooh, what is his name?
Who are you talking about?
He's a gay conservative and he like
it's the one we hate?
Yes, talk with a waddle. Like
he's dark skinned. He's always talking about LGBTQ and the parades and stuff that you need to look.
Wait, is he heavy set or slim?
He's slim. He wears glass. No, does he wear glasses?
Yes, I think he does. I can see him in the glasses, but I can see him
is he also a drag queen?
No. He's a conservative gay man.
He did the video about why I left the left. I mean, all of them do that for their grift to start. No, I need to show you how he started the video. Like how he started the video is like
he's so annoying.
Somebody said Hassan Piker. That's hilarious. No,
girl, don't get me talking about Hassan because that's my one bias. Don't talk about him. We're not gonna talk about Hassan because he's too fine.
He can do no wrong.
Yeah, he's too fine. Y'all gonna take me out about Hassan. Y'all gonna take me all the way.
I'm finna go up for Hassan. Don't do it.
Y'all gonna take me out for Hassan. That 60 ass man.
Found him, Themis?
Yes. Look at just the opening. Just the opening.
Saying in chaotic clips that it came out It's the behavior, it's the dresses, it's the lack of accountability.
And they should discriminate.
This is a trash behavior.
There is nothing that Black people did to deserve racism.
That.
I'm so, what?
That.
He's
Wait.
so nasty. He's a
Sir.
nasty one. Yeah.
That is a human being without soul, without any understanding of who he is, where he is, and like what he's doing. And I think he thinks he's actually smart, and it pisses me off every single time. That moment right there, when she says there's nothing Black people have done to deserve racism, and you pause it and look in the screen to say, are you serious?
Obviously,
the
there is.
question is insane.
Yep.
That is insane. And I need to like sort of detox from my engagement with right-wing politics, because I've been deconstruct, like kind of going through and like making my arguments that I don't put out. And I came across this, and for some reason it like hit me. These people, like when I say people have no soul, I don't actually mean that literally, right? But these people have no soul.
Yeah.
The engagement, like something is dead inside them. To make this as a response to Black people did nothing to deserve racism. Are you now saying we deserve racism and we did something to deserve racism? Is that?
But I bet you, if you were to,
there's a lot of people out here who hate themselves too.
Right.
And that manifests in some of the most destructive and disgusting ways. And unfortunately, it's used for content and it's pushed out. Unfortunately, he's particularly nasty. He is particularly nasty.
I bet you if you were to ask him directly that question, like, wait, so are you saying that Black people have done something to deserve racism? It's going to be oh no, I'm just saying. Like, I have a feeling like he wouldn't even stand on that, because that is just like too egregious. But what is he going to talk about? Like Black people being ghetto for white people to see?
Yeah,
like
DJ, this man wants to be accepted by white people.
I know that.
Yeah, specifically. Why is it that they always want to be accepted by a certain type of white?
Mm-hmm.
How much do you want to bet that he didn't go into the Epstein files?
Oh, he didn't. No, he didn't. Most of the conservatives did not. They didn't touch it.
They don't want to see those.
I'm pretty sure he touched it. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it is too big for them to ignore. So they will say, "Oh my God, the Epstein files is so bad," and it exposed how the system is bad. But they're not gonna be specific.
No,
they won't. They will.
Or they're gonna make it. They're gonna make it a matter of like status solely, but completely leave out race.
Girl, my friend dragged me to a gay bar. My friend dragged me to a white gay bar, and I sat in there and watched Black men sitting there looking like they're on the auction block, and I was like, "Oh, get me,
get me out of here before they think we're together. Before they think we're together, get me out of here." That's some type of what's it called?
You don't know. These men just look desperate. I was like, "Girl."
That's the height of like, I know I'm a fetish and I'm looking to be bought. Like I'm looking to be bought.
Yeah, I was shook. I was like, girl, y'all doing this up in here? Girl, please get me. Never again. Absolutely.
Get me out of here before they think we're associated.
They're gonna think I'm one of you, and that's just not a thing.
Yeah.
Just not a thing. Girl, absolutely not. You done lost your mind. Anywho. That's that on that. Have a one. Them people were like, all they were missing. Let me stop. I was like, ooh.
No, that career.
Waiting to be picked.
Yeah, and like just begging, just like you like just unwanted in a corner, like waiting. Like I was just like, yo.
Listen, there's a lot of problems within the LGBTQ plus community that we're not going to address.
We were at brunch. I told this story before. We were at brunch, and it was 11 of us. I was the odd one out. It was 5 Black guys, 5 white, and a Hispanic guy. And I was the odd, like I had no one there. I was just sitting there, and I didn't pick up on it, right? Because I didn't know everyone there. I know 2 people there, and they were all there. And one of the Black guys came out, and he was like, "Yeah, One of the things that I hate about gay apps is that, like, there are a lot of white men talking about no blacks. And it just made me feel bad. I'm so happy I found my man and the man with a white man. And for some reason that like broke my brain a little bit. I didn't say, look, when there's certain places I just I just shut up because if I say something, everyone gonna fight me. So so like, did all of y'all just go out to find a white man, or did that just did all of y'all like love is love, period. But like all 5 of y'all went out and found a white man specifically. Was that plan? And did it hurt because he wanted the white man that said no blacks? Like, is that why you were mad? Because, like, I don't understand why that's mad. Like, anywho, because in my head, I would much rather you to be outwardly racist with your preference. Like, tell me, girl, what you want, girl. Anyway, so that's that on that. Never got invited to brunch again. I didn't say anything, but I think they could tell I was very uncomfortable with just the things that were happening. Anywho, you gonna tell your jealousy story? No, because I don't know. The person watches.
Oh, I see.
And I'll say this. They apologized. I am not saying I accept the apology and we have a friendship. I'm saying I'm willing to discuss it further with this person. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I will say this though. Someone told me my waist was a 26 and my friend was like, no, he's a 30. And he was like, because if he was a 26, I'm a 26. And that pissed me off because I don't really care about a waist size. But it did bother me that you were trying to like downplay me. And then he was like, "Oh well, if you're a 26 for real, I have a bunch of old clothes I can give you." And I'm sitting there like, "Girl, now who told you I've ever? Look at me." Now look at you. This I do mean to say to you. Look at me, look at you. Period. We have different styles. And let's keep it that way. We do not cross. Let's never do that ever again. Thank you very much. That was very disrespectful. Talking about you have clothes you could give me. In what world? You done lost your mind. Clothing is never a thing I've ever requested, girl. Please. All right. Well, that.
Some people really should just not talk during certain moments.
They were drunk, they claim. Jealousy, girl, the thing is, jealousy gonna have y'all ending friendships, and that's just that on that.
I will end a friendship very quick. I am team cut off immediately once you pass one of my no's. It's a no. And I cut you off immediately. I don't have.
I try to give people a chance.
You do. You do.
I don't think that I think that the worst thing you do, a bad thing you do, doesn't define who you are. If it's not repeated, and if it's not like, it depends on how egregious the thing is.
Mm-hmm.
But my cutoff game is strong in that if I cut you off, I don't even think about you unless you're in front of me. I don't care.
Yeah, and I'm a one and done. The action in my mind does speak on your person as a character, like it's a character trait in my mind, and we're done immediately. I will not be accepting an explanation at that point.
DJ, tell Kilo she's wrong and she needs to be more forgiving. Tell us how you deal with it, and then we go.
It depends on my mood.
It's always unprovoked, girl. Anyway, we'll talk about this behind the paywall. I'll tell you the story fully. I'm kidding. I would never. Thank you both. Okay, what do you think? Because we did so much. I never want to stop talking to y'all, which is a problem, which is why I went on things. Should I cut the Manosphere part of this and send it out and then either keep this up or hide this. What do you think?
Why would you take it down?
Because I feel like I guess this is the ending. So,
oh, you mean like cut it and post it as two separate things?
Yeah, the reason is this feels like a lot of people say the video feels too. No, I used to post long live. Ain't nobody care nothing about that. This stays up. Ain't nobody have time. Cool, we're good. It stays up.
I was about to say because I actually don't mind it being two separate. I mean that's fine too.
We'll figure it out next time. But for now, I just need to put a timestamp. I think that's what I'll put a
that's all it
timestamp
needs
tomorrow. Yeah. Can't be wasting our efforts this way.
Correct. And I think we gave them a little bit of everything. We gave them a little bit of the serious girls. We showed up. We were very professional. Gave the girls what they were looking for.
There's nothing about what we did professional.
And then at the end, we gave y'all a little mess.
Period. And now I'm going to go out. The people want to go drinking, and I can't drink. I'm trying to get... I was going to make a really bad joke.
Get off the live. Bye, y'all.
True. Bye. Let me tell you what I was about to say behind the screen.
Night, guys.